wanna see the light. See the light. I wanna see the light. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. And hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out.
All right, everybody. Well, welcome to Season 7, Week 1 of the Nitrogen Conference. This is the second to last game of Week 1. We do have one more game. This game series obviously is the Life of Polio versus Team Phub. We're just getting into picks and bans here. Obviously, for those of you that don't know, these are both two play-in teams. Team Phub does consist of some former players, names you might recognize, like Geradius, Knight of the Zed. There's a couple other people on their bench that you might recognize. So, couple P-Cup veterans versus pretty much a new team on the other side here. Just a quick rundown, some of the key players in this matchup that we're going to see. Knight of the Zed is a D3 jungler for Life of Polio. Geradius is a D4 mid laner, and then Mango Ray is a D5 top laner. For Team Phub, they do have a D3 top laner in Diorama. They do have Gasp, who is a D3 jungler, and Werpak is a D4 mid laner. So as we see, both these teams kind of very heavy, with most of their points allocated in the top, jungle, and mid. So we will get into picks and bans here. We do see a Xerath and a Swain banned out by Team Phub, while it's, Life of Polio does ban away the Camille. So those are some of the first bans here. A Karthus ban here taken away by Life of Polio here. So pretty... Some of the more standard picks here. Obviously, Karthus can sometimes be seen in the bot lane, does sometimes be seen in the mid and in the jungle. So we have seen him a couple times in P-Cup already. And Cassiopeia will be the final ban here for the side of Team Phub. And we'll just see what the last ban is out of Life of Polio, and it will be a Xin Zhao ban. So pretty healthy mix of champions and roles being banned out. Yes, for those of you that are curious as to who's casting, I am Drop the Chalupa. I am casting this match solo today. Escapist is hosting. He was just not able to cast, unfortunately, but thank you for him for letting us at least get this game hosted. So big shout out to him, as I sometimes have some problems when I try and host. So We did see a first pick Lucian, pretty standard. Obviously, Lucian considered one of the most powerful ADCs in the current meta. One of the most big first picks. And this will be a Vlad on the other side. Now, Vlad obviously can be played in a number of different roles. You do sometimes see him in the top lane in solo queue. Haven't seen him too much in the competitive play, but obviously a very solid overall pick. Can be picked mid. Pretty good blind pick. Haven't seen him in the bot lane too much, but we'll see how that works out. So other than that, we will see what else comes up here. We do see a Sejuani, and of course another pretty common staple here. Very solid tank, good engage, good CC. Pretty solid pick as a blind pick jungler. We will waiting to see what Gasp will counter with this. I'm betting probably a support and a jungle pickup here. So we see an Aatrox hover that will probably be locked in. Aatrox, of course, can play a number of different roles. Has been seen bot, mid, top, jungle, pretty much all over the place. Obviously, you probably won't see him at ADC because they do have the Lucian. So probably going to be flexing that between just top, mid, and jungle. Just waiting to see what Warpack will lock in. Probably the support, I think, just to try and help maintain that flexibility. Maybe something like the Braum, try and help block that Sejuani ult. Could also theoretically see something. They want like a Nami or something, and a Shen. Okay, interesting. Of course, could be a Shen support. So we don't quite know yet. Again, kind of a little bit flexible in that regard. But I'm assuming probably top lane. Now, they are hovering the new champion. However, the new champion is not allowed to be played yet. For those of you who don't know, it is still locked out. We will see it I think week 3 is when he will be allowed to be played first. Don't quote me 100% on that. And it will be back to the Thresh. Okay. So it looks like Sejuani just locked in there along with the Thresh and the Vlad. So not too much showing on either side. But we'll see what the guy goes on. Probably see a lot of mid bans here. Yep, there's the Cassidy ban taken away. Probably on the other side, we might see something like might see the Scion taken away maybe. And no, an Ezreal ban. Okay, so they're just going to ban some away the ADCs. They say we got the Lucian. We're just going to take away some of the more stronger ones. So probably we might see like a Kai'Sa ban next. Obviously, since they have locked in the Thresh, you're not worried about a Xayah Rakan combo. So that pretty straightforward there. So I'm betting probably like a Kai'Sa will be the next ban. As we hover on the other side, we did see a Cassidy ban, so maybe another mid lane ban. Cassiopeia obviously already banned, and an Urgot. Okay. Not too sure why you ban the Urgot when you've got a Vlad, because you can just pool and then heal up. But, hey, if you're worried about it, or if they want to send Vlad mid, hey, teach their own, So we'll see what they hover. I'm betting, like I said, this will be probably be a Kai'Sa ban, I'm betting, just to try and neutralize and pinch down on that ADC pool. But we will wait here. They're clearly thinking about. And, ooh, a TF ban. Interesting. So they might be doing that if they're sending Shen top lane, try and take away that global that can kind of counteract that. In that regard. So we'll probably see the ADC ban here, or ADC pickup on the side of the Life of Polio. Lock that in there just to kind of counter it and save that counter pick for mid. So I would be surprised to see a Kai'Sa here. Possibly, a Jhin. Jhin, good solid pick, good engage. So a lot of engage actually on the side of Life of Polio with the Sejuani ult, with the Thresh ult, with the Jhin ult. So everything good there. Probably see, if they do decide to send Shen top, then they'll probably see the support pick up here, along with probably the mid. I'm betting if it's an Aatrox jungle, but we'll see. And a Nocturne jungle. Okay. So this is probably a Shen top, Nocturne jungle, and an Aatrox mid. And Lissandra hover? So they're going to send the Shen? I'm still a little bit kind of confused what they were doing here. I was pretty sure that was a Shen top, but I guess I'm wrong. I guess it is going to be a Lissandra top. So it will be a Shen support. Okay. So now the question is, how do they want to match this? So Lissandra mid. Yes, Lissandra mid, Aatrox top. So it's very interesting there. I had to make sure we got that down straight. So they are having the Talon. Fizz maybe? Wouldn't necessarily be a terrible pick, depending on what the matchup is. And an Ahri. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. So good pick potential. Obviously, Life of Polio wanting to press that go button. They're like, hey, you know what? We can just engage everything and throw the kitchen sink at you, and you're going to have to block it. Because it's going to come down to who can engage first. You know what I mean? Can they land the Nocturne Shen combo with Aatrox and Lissandra, everyone jumping in, or can they get the pick off first from the Life of Polio? So get ready, guys. We're going to see a lot of team fighting here. This is going to be pretty heavy team fighting. Obviously, Lissandra running the teleport. Ari running the ignite for the kill pressure. So Life of Polio a little bit more squishy, obviously, with the 2 casters in the top and the mid. But they do have that big main tank in the Sejuani, and Thresh can be a pretty good off tank, especially if he's running for like Aftershock or something like that. Team Phub much more tankier, obviously, with his Aatrox, Lissandra, Shen, and the Nocturne will obviously be with the Shen ult. So pretty solid. So key is really going to come down to, can Drowsy just stay alive, stay in that back line, and avoid the Ahri? And the other question is, of course, can these casters, all this damage that the Life of Polio built up, can they burn through these tanks? So very, very interesting matchup here. Obviously, it probably will come down to the key players. I'm going to go ahead and say Geradius, however he pronounces his name, I can never remember, on the side of Ferrari. If he can get ahead and really start blowing up this Nocturne, Lissandra, Lucian, if he can get ahead and really start being that big pick potential where he can just 100 to 0 someone, that's going to be great for them. And then on the side of Team Phub, it does come down to Drowsy. If he can get ahead, get this, the Blade of the Rune King, get the Black Cleaver, the Essence Reaver, really just burn away all that armor, that Nocturne's going to just burn through, especially because he's going to be building that lethality probably. You get that. You pair those two together, and you're just going to burn through whoever's in the way there. Aatrox obviously will be building lethality as well. So should be a very, very efficient build pass for them, obviously, because most of these people on this team won't be building armor. Should only really see it out of the Sejuani and the Thresh, minus like some of the few items like Hourglass and things of that nature. We are heading towards the spectator delay here, so bear with us a little bit. About a minute 30 left to go. Not really seeing any surprises on the side of in terms of summoner spells. Obviously, if you guys want to, you guys can vote who you think is going to win. Do hashtag Polio for that sounds terrible for Life of Polio, and hashtag Phub for if you think Team Phub's going to take it. So obviously both these teams are pretty new. We are waiting to see kind of how these standard standings are going to go. It does usually take about 3 to 4 weeks before we really get a sense of who's doing strong, who's kind of a little bit weaker than we thought going into the season. You never really know. Obviously, as we got to the second half of the season last split, we did see that Sad Boys and Bad Boys kind of started to pull away from some of the other teams. Obviously, Sad Boys, the winner of last season. So we're just waiting on here. About 25 seconds left. Nothing too out of the realm. We could see an invade, actually. We could see an invade from Life of Polio, I was just thinking. With the, if Ari does start Charm, Thresh the hook, you could land quite a bit of damage out of that, because you do have all those ignites as well. Obviously, if Ari does start Charm, it is a slightly weaker start than a Q start, but it isn't terrible. So we might see it out of her, or she could just wait and see if Thresh can land the hook and then follow that up into the Charm. Yeah, I do agree. I do like Phub's comp a little bit. I feel like that kind of really synergizes well, just because, like I said, Aatrox going to be building lethality. Nocturne's going to be building lethality. Lucian, if he wanted to, could build lethality. I mean, I know it's a much weaker build, but considering how squishy the enemy team is, it would be a possibility. We're just loading in here. We'll take a look at the skins here. Props to Mango and to Poppy for matching the skins with High Noon Jin and High Noon Thresh. I'm very disappointed that they didn't decide to do I think there's a High Noon. Isn't there a High Noon TF? I think there's a High Noon TF. I think they should have played that in the mid lane. Knight in the Zed, no skin on Sejuani. Man, you're a jungle man. Come on, man. You gotta step your game up. We do see a high noon, high noon Lucian on the other side too. All right, so we got a lot of high noon, a lot of high noon skins in this. Pulsefire Shen, that's not one you see very often. Frozen Nocturne, Frozen Terror Nocturne. Man, you guys gotta step your skin. Look at this, no skin on Aatrox, no skin on Lissandra, no skin on Ari, no skin on Sejuani. This is very disappointing, guys. You know, if you guys want to be in P Cup, you gotta step your games up. We gotta see more skins out of this. You guys gotta rep some of these old school skins. So we'll take a look here. Lethality Tempo on Nocturne, Electrocute on Aatrox, Aftershock on Lissandra, Press the Attack on Lucian, Aftershock on Shen, Phase Rush on Vladimir, Aftershock on Sejuani, Electrocute on Ari, Fleet Footwork on Jen, and Aftershock on Thresh. So, pretty standard choices there. I think the only really thing that you could say potentially difference is maybe Warpack could have run something, a different item on there, but I think that is the correct call, because if you consider that really they're just trying to engage and the damage dealers are the Nocturne and the Lucian, so I do think getting that extra tankiness is more important than the damage. So we're setting up here, they're buying their items. No big surprises in the items there. You could argue it's the Ancient Coin Start out of Thresh instead of the Relic Shield. Technically, it is a slightly weaker choice, but that's, you know, if you're not confident in your capabilities and you know, that's not a knock on Tupapi. I'm terrible at it too, so don't, you know, that's not a knock on him by no means. I run Ancient Coin too. I know the Relic Shield is a little bit of a stronger start, but it's minor difference. Kind of like in the top with Urgot when you run like Unsealed Spellbook versus Arcane Comet. Slightly different there. Lissandra did get chunked out a tiny bit. They did a little bit of damage with some of these Jhin W's. I think that's W. Ooh, Lissandra's going to walk into the bush here. He's going to take some damage, but she will walk out. So he does get a little bit of a trade back on Sejuani. So Lissandra is actually going to have to use a pot very early on here, and is actually going to be down a little bit. Sejuani did take a little bit of damage, but still will get a pretty good leash. The bot side getting a leash for Nocturne, so both junglers starting at their red. Aatrox is setting up for a little bit of a surprise gank here. We're kind of waiting for this Vlad. We'll see, kind of watching this, and going to get some damage on this Vlad here. We'll see how it goes. Gets the Electrocute proc, and ooh, actually got about half the health there. That's pretty good, and they forced one of the pots out of Vlad, so not bad at all. We'll take a look in the mid lane here real quick. Ari just kind of farming up. Lissandra has come back to full health after using one of her pots as well. Sejuani very low. Kind of surprised by that. She might get... She gonna die here? She might die here. Oh my god, she died. She got Knight of the Zed. Wow. And the question mark pings come down. I'm kind of surprised he started that. He was very, very low in health. I don't know why he thought he could do that. I mean, I know he's a way better jungler than I am, but I'm kind of surprised by that. So Nocturne will get this Scuttle. Oh, 3 health. He thought the red buff was going to kill it, and it wasn't enough. It lived at 3 health. That's kind of disappointing. So we'll see what's going on here. He's going to pop into the enemy jungler here and see what's going on. He's going to see these chickens up, and he's going to go take these chickens. So just top to bottom jungling, it looks like, maybe? We'll see. Top's about even. Lissandra opening actually up a bit of a CS lead, despite being down in by quite a bit of HP. Almost already up to 10 CS lead, which is kind of surprising. In the bot side, about even. Just trading out. Shen's been dinged a little bit, but not too much of a difference there. We're going to see they're going to try and set up for Sejuani gang. There's the Flash Flay. They land the combo onto the Lucian. Lucian gets the ignited. They're going to burn him down. He's going to go down. First blood over to Jhin. Good job. They just landed the combo exactly as they needed to. Flash Flay landed, ignite, everything comboed. Great job there. So I'm going to push that in there. Sejuani's going to take a peek into the jungle here, see what he can find. Drop a pink ward there or there. Nocturne just doing his blue. And they did... Okay, so Vlad just had to blow his flash on the top side there. Had to get away because I think Aatrox would have pulled him in. So far doing pretty well in that combo. Bot side here, Jin's going to get a little bit of plate gold. Okay, they did get the plate gold over to him. That's good. So Jin opening a bit of a gold lead. About a 600 gold lead, not a 600k. That would be insane. So good job, Knight of the Zed, bouncing back. Said, okay, made a mistake. I died. My bad, guys. I'm going to come down and get your first blood. So good comeback. A lot of people can get tilted very easily off of that. Good stabilizer for Knight of the Zed. So we've already closed back up to about 200 gold difference. Wow, that's quite different already. So Lysandra did back here, did pick up a Dark Seal and an Amplifying Tomb. So Ahri was able to close the gold gap as well. So good job there. They're dropping some wards here. Polio is getting good vision in the river now. So they've got one in that bush, one in the river bush. So they're going to have pretty good sense if, Lysandra tries to roam down. And they can also might spot out the Nocturne on the Yanks. We'll see there. Aatrox, about a 10 CS lead here. He's going to get some more damage on this Vlad. And he's really bullying this Vlad. Vlad may die here. Ooh, the pool. Let's see. 35 HP remaining. Whew, that's rough. But gets it out. That's the important thing. Didn't die. So there you go. So Aatrox is just going to kind of push this in. He knows Vlad has to back here. He's got his Nocturne near the topside jungle, so he doesn't have to worry about Sejuani. So he's in pretty good shape. He'll hit 6 now, and now he knows he's pretty safe. Vlad going to TP back into lane here. Just as the wave crashes in. We'll lose a couple CS, but nothing too drastic. So even though there's about a 20 CS lead in the difference, it should even out a little bit if Vlad does. Ooh, and the bottom side, they're getting another gank. They got a repeat gank. Thrush, Shen goes down. Are they going to get Lucian? I don't think so. Oh, the Shen. The last hit of the Shen. But I think Shen might die here. Oh, God, this is so close. Oh, no, he dodges it. Oh, wow. That was... I thought they had him, but Lucian with the fancy footwork got out of there. Just barely dodged the Jin W. Wow, that was close. But here's the issue here now. This is oh, we got another fight here in the bot side. Aatrox coming down to the bottom side. Jin goes down. Thresh is in trouble. They flash on top of the Thresh. Thresh is going to go down here almost certainly. Oh, he's going to land the hook, but I don't think that'll be enough to kill Nocturne. No, it won't. So they're going to be able to take this. They can push this in. Now, the downside of this is Aatrox teleported bottom and used flash. So Vlad was able to just do, kill everything in here. He's going to be able to push this wave in, and he's backing. I would have thought he might have stayed and tried to get some of the plate golding. Aatrox is going to be back for quite a while. I don't quite agree with that backing there. I feel like you're at full health. You might as well just sit there, farm some more minions, get some plate gold. But, hey. So everything is equaled out now. We're at 2 kills apiece. Pretty much even. Oh, never mind. They jumped up a little bit there. Somebody gets a little bit of gold there, so... about a 400 gold lead there for the for Team Phub. See, they're farming up there. We'll take a look on the top side here. Now, of course, obviously, this Aatrox now is very strong. It's about a 10 CS lead with a kill and an assist. He's going to go back on this Aatrox, on the Vlad with no flash, and he's just going to kill him straight up, I think. Oh, is he going to get out? He's going to get out. Just barely with about 50 HP or so. So this is a problem now. This Vlad's kind of being very bullied around quite a bit. So that could be a bit of an issue. Do you see a BF sword for this Jin? So it obviously is quite heavy on damage because these kills went and the assists went over to the Nocturne and the Aatrox. Lucian Shen did not get any of that. So they are actually behind in gold in the bot side. They're going to flay the Nocturne. They're going to ult up on, but Shen will body block, and they'll get him out of there. So no biggie there. They're going to try and get the blue over. Oh, we got a big fight here breaking out. They can go into Nocturne. Nocturne's going to go down. They can turn on the Shen. Shen can be burned down pretty quickly. Sejuani's going to go down. Oh, Shen's still living. Wow, he healed up and leveled up. That's a huge counter kill because that looked like it was going to go very, very badly. And it looks like it's just going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Oh, no. Ahri going in. They're going to burn down. Now Shen dies. Okay, there we go. Shen actually leveled up there in that fight. And that actually saved him for a little bit. But then they were able to go in on him. And Vlad killing Aatrox. Oh, Aatrox went for a turret dive. Oh, what a shame. That was going so well for him, too. But he'll work on the Ghost Blade. So, 800 gold lead now for Life of Polio, doing in pretty good shape. Jhin, 2 kills, 2 assists. That's a lot of gold. About a 10 CS lead, but that'll actually will stabilize, so it'll actually be about 7 by the time he's going to go back. He will back and buy a Storm Razor now, so a big power spike out of this Jhin. I don't think Lucian will have his first component of the Blade of the Rune King, the Bilgewater Cutlass, but that'll be about it. Nocturne has completed his Tiamat and his Skirmisher Saver. Obviously, Sejuani going towards the Cinderhulk build. Shen will clear out a little bit of the vision. Shen's still not 6, though, which is a little bit of an issue. Thresh is 6 out this way. They're going to look to engage on this Thresh, but Shen will just E out of there and get out to safety. We'll take a look back on the top side here. A 7 CS lead, but going to do some more damage onto this Vlad, but nothing too bad. I'm going to pull him back in. Nope, just barely dodges it. Okay. Other than that, pretty standard stuff on the bot side here, just farming away. Obviously, the big issue you're going to have is just this Jhin is so powerful that just a couple of attacks could do a ton of damage here. Nocturne picked up the Rift Herald, by the way. So he's going to come top. They're going to look to dive this Vlad, it looks like. Or they're just going to take some vision. Yeah, they're just going to get some vision, see what's going on here. See if they can track anything. But all the jungle keeps... Oh, on the bot side, they collapse down into it. They're going to kill him again. Oh, this is not going well. And both kills going on Jaradius. Remember what we said about the key players of this game? We said it was going to come down to Jaradius versus this Lucian. And the problem is this Lucian is now very far behind. And this is 3 kills on this Ahri. So they're going to pop Rift here on the mid lane. And it's going to be to see who can take it down first. Will the mid turret fall or will the bot turret fall? And I think it's going to be the bot turret here. So Team Life of Polio should get the turret first. Obviously, they got 4 people beating on this. The Scuttle's going to come close, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's a quick raise. Oh, actually, it's going to be closer than I thought. Here we go. Can they get it? Can they get it? They're going to get it. They're going to get it in the mid. Wow. That looked like it was going to be definitely in the side of Life of Polio, but Team Phub pulls it out. And they're actually going to get 2 for 1 here. We got a fight in the top side. Aatrox kills Vlad, but he's going to go down. Oh, no, he pops the ult, so he's okay. So all in all, that was a really... That did not go the way Life of Polio were hoping. They got a kill on the top side, 2 turrets, and Aatrox is going to beat on this top turret. He's going to get a couple more plate and gold, and he's going to expand his gold lead. So that was a lot of gold there. Just went over to the side of Team Phub, and we do see that in the gold differential, about 400, 500 gold lead for Team Phub, despite being behind. And then Nocturne's going to go down there and add an insult to injury and take that Ocean Dragon. Obviously, the first rank of Dragon is actually more powerful than it once was. This will actually be a little bit more regen. And when you look at maybe a little bit of poke that you might have coming out of the Jhin and the Vlad and the Ahri, so that's not too bad, especially when you're considering the tanky lineup. You know, if you kind of back out of the fight a little bit, you can heal up a little bit more. So they're actually going to rotate here. They're going to send Aatrox to the bot side, and they're going to send Shen, Lucian up top. Obviously, without that turret, they felt they were very vulnerable to dives. Aatrox with Shen, obviously a little bit more survivability. So that makes sense. They know they were getting bullied around. Obviously, no real objectives left in the jungle now. Obviously, both Dragon and Rift Herald are gone. So mid-fight is where it's going to be at. They're going to pull in here. Are they going to go on Lissandra? They are. They're going to land the combo. Oh, at the last second, Lissandra's able to take the E. They're actually going to burn down Thresh. I don't think Ahri's going to be able to kill anybody, unfortunately. That was really lucky because I thought for sure Lissandra was going to run out of time and not going to be able to get there. But they managed to pull it off. So we have the Shen ult. They're going to re-engage. We got the Shen teleporting in there. They're going to teleport in. Not going to do too much, though, as they're just going to back out. So a little bit of a waste of a Shen ult. But hey, you know what? You try to make a play. That's what's important. Jhin just farming up on the top side here. Knows that Lucian can't really fight him, unfortunately. Not with this Storm Razor. I think he's going to go... I'm trying to figure... He's got a Null Magic Mantle built already. And I guess this is going to be a very quick... try and go for like an early QSS. That's what I'm assuming. Kind of surprised. I usually don't see that second item, but... Ooh, a lot of damage there, actually, just from the last bounce of the Q. Shen goes in, but Sejuani's there. They're going to just drop a CC chain on the Shen. He's dead. And you got an 0-4 Shen. Unfortunately, the problem is, he's pretty far behind, so he's not very tanky at all. So he can be killed very, very quickly. I think they're going to try and collapse down on this turret here. Obviously, the plating has fallen off, but you do have Thresh there, Sejuani there. Shen is dead. Lucian kind of in a bad spot. If Sejuani comes in, yeah, they're going to force a teleport out of this Aatrox. He has to come up just to save Lucian. Otherwise, Lucian was going to die there. Nocturne just going to take a peek here. He knows there's a ward there. He's killed Set off. Vlad will be pushing in the spot side. I'm assuming Horny Cyclist, you mean that Shen's team? Yeah, there we go. Shen's team's holding it back, Yeah, you never know. Maybe Pablo was like, you know what, guys? I know you guys got this. I'm going to make this a little bit harder just to make Life of Polio think they're still in it. So Aatrox going back on the bot side here, being just chunked by this Aatrox. Oh boy, this is rough. Gets back all the health though, because Vlad just heals like a madman. Probably need to see something that'll kind of neutralize some of that healing. Nocturne looking mid, but Ari's playing safe. He'll back up. Ari has completed the Luden's Echo. Lissandra went a very early Mage's Soul Stealer despite only having 3 stacks on that. I'm not sure if that was the most efficient route. You might have been better going with that, getting the Hourglass first, but hey, who am I to judge? You're higher ranked than me. So it looks like they're just going to keep trying to push this in on the top side, try and chunk this turret bit by bit by bit. This wave actually crashing in mid, by the way, on the inhib turret already. That's kind of crazy. That you're 16 minutes in, you got the wave crashing in on that. Jhin on the Shen. Shen taking a lot of ults, dodges that last one. But he'll probably have to back off now. He's pretty low. In fact, yeah, he's going to recall. Nocturne coming up here just to make sure Lucian's a little bit safe. Aatrox and Vlad just having a little party in the bot side. And Lissandra and Ari don't look like they really want to fight each other. It's funny because they both are actually worth 500 gold shutdowns. Lissandra's worth 550. Ari's worth 550. So kind of interesting. You don't usually see that. We got a big fight breaking out on the top side. We got the Nocturne ult. We got the Shen ult. We got a Jhin flash. They're going to go on this Thresh. Thresh going to just barely live. Good job by Knight of the Zed body blocking for that. Then the fight continues in. We got some teleports. Ari's coming in. We got this huge fight breaking out. Nocturne goes down. Thresh goes down. Lissandra's in trouble. She Hourglass stopwatches. And then they're going to kill her. Okay. So, Nocturne and Lissandra go down versus just the Thresh, but obviously that Lissandra was worth the shutdown, plus you're resetting the stacks on the Soul Stealer, so that's a good fight for Life of Polio. And what's crazy about this, ladies and gentlemen, is despite all this, despite being up 4 kills, they are still down in gold, almost 700 gold, which is kind of crazy. Most of it's in the jungle where Nocturne has almost a 50 CS lead on this Sejuani. That's pretty funny that that's the case. They're going to go on Sejuani. They're going to pull him back, but Sejuani's just going to get out here. Vlad doing some damage. Everyone should just disengage here. Yep. Ari's coming to see if she catches anything, but not. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen. I think Nocturne's going to go for this dragon here, by the way. Well, they're disengaging. Yep, he's going to go over the pit, and he's going to take the second ocean of the dragon game. We got a fight here. Ari looking for, trying to get a kill here. He's going to ult out, but this wave is going to go. They're going to take the top turret in exchange. And Jin's going to open up with his ult, land some more combos. They're going to block it, though. Should be fine. Yep. Aatrox is actually pretty tanky. Push that in. Lissandra's trying to get this Nexus turret. Nocturne's going for the bot. Or not Nexus turret, Inhib turret, I'm sorry. Nocturne's going for the bot turret. He's going to try and answer there. And he actually should be able to kill this pretty quickly because he does have a Tiamat, a Warrior, Skirmisher Saber Warrior, and a Duskblade. So he's actually already almost 3 items. So he'll actually burn this pretty quickly, and he does get it. Sandra in a little bit of trouble, but not drastically so. Okay, so they're just going to clear out some... Ooh! Is Lysandra in trouble? Nope. Actually, maybe. Yikes. Nope, dodges the hook. You're okay. Nocturne may be in trouble here. They're going to try and collapse down, and they're going to jump on this Nocturne, use the spell shield. The Sejuani ult hits. They're going to burn down. Nocturne goes down. Lysandra now... The number of times this Lysandra has escaped, like at the very last edge of her E, is insane. Like, Thresh lands the hook, I'm like, okay, she's got it, she's not going to get out, and gets out at the very last second. It's insane. Meanwhile, on the top side here, Shen and Lucian are beating on this turret. Lucian has finished his Bork, but obviously isn't the fastest at taking this turret. We'll get some damage, get it about half health, not too bad. Aatrox and Sejuani are fighting in the mid lane. Or rather, Aatrox is fighting, Sejuani's running. And Shen might have another fight break out here, but no, Shen just eased over the wall, and he's okay. So as we predicted, this was a bit of a bloodbath. We do have 11 kills for Life of Polio versus 6 for Team Phub. But Team Phub has about a 2k gold lead, so... That's mainly in the way of turrets, because you do have 4 turrets down for Team Phub, versus just 2 for Life of Polio, and obviously Team Phub did get the first turret gold. So, let's take a look at the items here. Jen with the Zeal, Stormrazor, and a Quicksilver Sash. Ari has gotten a Luden's Echo. It looks like he's building towards a Morello's. Sejuani with the Cinder Hulk. Looks like a Stoneplate Gargoyles next. Vlad working towards the Hourglass, has finished the Proto Belt. We've got it's going to be a Black Cleaver and a Ghost Blade for the Aatrox. Duskblade, Skirmisher Saber, and we're actually going to have a fight here in just a second here, so I'm going to stop talking. And then the Jin ult, but that's just zoning. Nocturne goes on the Jin. They're going to, but Ari's there to save him. Blows up. Nope, saves. I can't predict kills at all. Like, everyone just lives. But they're going to get some kills here. I think 3 members maybe go down. Aatrox pops the ult. Thresh goes down. Jin's very low. Jin's gonna die. Lucian goes down. Shen goes down. Sejuani's in trouble. Sejuani's gonna go down. Can they turn on the Ari? They're gonna turn on the Ari. They're gonna kill Ari. Vlad goes down. Everybody goes down. Lysandra, Aatrox, and Nocturne are still alive. Probably not enough to get the Baron, but if they should have mid priority here, they should be able to take the Inhib turret in the mid and then reset for the Baron. Aatrox and Nocturne obviously will take that turret very, very quickly. That was actually a lot of stacks. That Lysandra just went up to 12 stacks on that Soul Stealer with all those kills and assists. That's pretty crazy. And I mean, to be honest, if you're willing to sacrifice your bot lane is really not worth much at this stage for all that gold, that's pretty worth. So good job there. Unfortunately, Geradius did die, so he did lose a few stacks off his Dark Seal, but he had not transformed that into a Soul Stealer. Yeah, Cyclist, I'm like... I keep thinking people are going to die, and I'm like, yeah, he's got this, and then no, not at all. I'm looking like a very terrible caster. Okay, so we'll see how this goes here. So, very limited vision over Baron. That's kind of surprising. Life of Polio has the only vision, really, with 1 pink ward, and that's it. So we're going to see a group in the mid lane here. They're trying to get some damage on this turret. Lysandra can clear that out very, very quickly. Ari using the ult, but doesn't really do that much. Lysandra eating forward, going to ult the Ari. They're going to go in on the Jin. Jin flashes out, but he's going to go down there. Sejuani's in trouble. Ari's in trouble. Thresh is in trouble. And there we go. That should... Oh, Sejuani just barely alive, but the Lucian ult's going to get him. So they can push up here. They're going to take down this turret here, and this could be game if they do it fast enough with all these AD damage builders with Nocturne and Lucian. So they're going to quickly burn this down. Vlad in some trouble here. Vlad's going to go down here. Now they're going to quickly jump on this Nexus turret. Nexus turret number 1's going to fall. Nexus turret 2's not going to fall. They're not going to be up in time. This is going to be GG, game 1, over to the side of Team Phub. Jin cuts up. They're going to pull Lysandra into the fountain, but that's not going to be enough. They're going to quickly burn this down. Last little tag, and there we go. Boom, boom, boom. So, Aatrox, very impressive there. Really bullied that Vlad around. I was not expecting Vlad to be bullied that much, but Diermar breaking out his Licorice impression just says, you know what, I'm just going to hard carry this game. There's nothing you guys can do about it. So pretty impressive by him. We knew that he was one of the strongest members of that team, but that was pretty impressive. Good job, Alessandra. Did exactly what she needed to do. Gasp, very solid jungling. Knight of the Zed had a pretty, even though unfortunately doesn't look that great from a score perspective, had some pretty good ults, used his abilities pretty well. Unfortunately, just team really wasn't able to deal with that too much. Geradius had a pretty good game too. So did AP Mango. I mean, it just really came down to these team fights. I think the Team Phub just was a much superior team fighting comp and just kind of took it to Life of Polio, unfortunately. But, you know, I think either side could easily win game 2. This could easily go 3 games. So that was a pretty quick game there. Yeah, I know, right? No Scion, no Urgot. What is this? So what you guys noticed is what I was saying. Life of Polio was up in kills. They were not up by towers, and they were not up by not up in gold. Despite being up by about 5-6 kills, they were actually down in turrets and down in gold, which was kind of not what it was expecting here. So we're going to set up for game 2 here in just a little bit. Let me pull up the code for that, so I can jump into that. Just bear with me. I got to scroll down here to find the code. Where that game kind of flipped around was on that when the race for first turret, when that was going on, because what happened is the Scuttle, they were able to take that first turret and then go straight to the number 2 turret, and unfortunately they weren't able to. Life of Polio was not able to take the second turret. They had to back off due to respawns. And as a result, they got 2 turrets for 1, and then Aatrox killed Vlad in the top side and then almost killed the turret by himself. Got like a lot of plate goals. That was actually a huge gold shift right there that took place, and that was that was one of the things that kind of pushed it out of that momentum, because you had a lot of gold that went to the Lysandra, to the Nocturne, and to the Aatrox, and they kind of carried that team fight. So we're just setting up for game 2 here. Obviously, both teams do have a few minutes to reset. So we'll see how that goes. I think maybe Life of Polio made to get back to the drawing board and say, okay, that team comp didn't work too well for us. We had the right. I like the most of the comp. I just feel like you needed a different top laner, not in terms of character, not in terms of individual, but more in terms of champion. Like a different champion on the top, maybe something like a Scion or an Urgot. I just feel like you weren't tanky enough, even though that Vlad did live quite a while. You need something to fight that Aatrox. That did not go. That did not go their way. Yeah, as we were saying, with losing both those turrets in the mid, and then that mid inhib turret being like half health, when they won those 2 fights back to back, they were just able to just burn through that turret very, very quickly. So, all right. So yes, we're aware. You guys are still stuck on the victory screen. Escapist is has to step out for a second, or hope he'll get back in just a second. When we do, we'll get to the end of game screens to show you guys that. So just bear with us in just a second. You guys haven't missed anything. We're not in champ select or anything like that. All right. So pretty impressed, by the way, of by Team Phub. I was not expecting that game to be that dominating, but they just won some very good team fights. Pretty impressed though overall. Dowsy and Pabu got bullied a little bit, but that was just more. It's kind of hard to survive when you have an Ari, Sejuani, Thresh, Jin all pouncing on your face. That's not something that's fun to deal with. So no fault to them there. Just that's going to happen when you get four man dive with that CC chain under turret. But they did a good job of responding and tying enemy team up, and then Lucian stabilized. 3-3-7 is nothing to. That's not terrible. So I think that was pretty solid overall play there. And they said, okay, yeah, we lost, but the CS was close. 164 versus 160. And even though Jin got a bunch of those, two early kills and 2 assists, they didn't let that snowball out of control. That didn't become a 4 or 5 item Jin, which is where they start doing that ton of damage. So good job out of them there. Okay. I think did Escapist fall asleep? I think Escapist might have fallen asleep, guys. this might be awkward. Bear with me here. I messaged him, so hopefully hopefully he's there. So bear with us a little bit, folks. I do apologize about this. So I'm going to mute myself here for just a second, so I'll be right back. For those of you guys that are wondering what's going on, we think Escapist might have fallen asleep. Yeah. So if you guys can probably still hear me, I'm assuming. I think Escapist might have fallen asleep. I'm trying to get his attention. I'm not sure what's going on with him. So just I'm hoping he comes back. So bear with me. I was a little bit awkward because I'm like, yeah, I'm on stream, but hey, guess what? Nobody can see me. No, we're back. It's not your guys' fault. The fight was actually. Oh, wait, shark bait. Okay, can you guys not hear me? Because you guys are saying mic muted. Okay, so let me know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, okay, good. Okay. Shark bait's just trolling me. Okay. So yeah, we're just waiting on Escapist. Bear with us a little bit here. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm talking to the guys in in lobby. Yes, this is what I get for dropping the plot twist at group picks. For those of you guys that don't know what happened in group picks, I didn't tell any of the captains during group picks what I was going to do at the end, that I was going to make them switch to the teams in each conference. And basically I made them switch at the last minute. So they were kind of a little bit salty at me for doing that, because like, so they thought they had it like all planned out as to what was going to happen. Okay, so I'm just talking to the guys in the lobby. I just want to see what they want to do. Obviously, if Escapist is asleep, we're just not going to be able to stream the last couple games, and I do apologize about that. I know that's kind of frustrating if you guys only get to see one game. Obviously, I do have to kind of go off what they want to do, because it is, I can't reasonably expect them to delay the game for because of this. So if they want to go ahead and play, that's their prerogative. And nor am I'm not going to do a radio cast where you guys could just have to hear my voice. The nerve of this guy. Yeah, I'm a terrible human being. It's true. Pretty much everybody hates me. I joined council to break morale's chokehold on council, but it kind of backfired. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. So looks like both teams have decided that they are going to go ahead and play game 2 out. Show face. I don't have the control of the stream. That's what's funny, as this is actually Escapist. You guys are just hearing me. He's actually in the Discord with me, but you guys can only hear me. So they are going to play out game 2. The game 2 will not be on stream, unfortunately. So I do apologize about that. I'm not really sure what to do. I've never had this happen before. So give me. Yeah. So I guess I am going to just leave this here. I'm waiting to hear back from some of my fellow council members as to what I should do here. Kind of an unusual situation, a little bit awkward. They are in game 2 champion select at the moment. I don't think you guys want me to do a radio cast and just tell you what's going on, because I know that would be very, very strange. Oh, hi, and here we got somebody joined the Discord. Hi. Here. Hi. So Fugnuggler just joined here. So Fugnuggler, I think Escapist has fallen asleep.
Yeah, I know. I'm setting up my personal stream right now. I'm gonna just spectate Drowsy.
Okay.
A second. I just need to find a couple things.
Okay, guys. So what's happening right now is Escapist Fugnuggler is setting up his stream, and we're going to transfer it over to that. We will provide the link to you guys in just a bit. We are in champion select at the moment. We have seen Camille, Lysandra, and Karthus banned versus Zareth, Swain, Cassiopeia banned. So Team Polio has changed it up, and the banging you can hear in the background is Fugnuggler trying to set up a stream. We saw a first pick Zinzao for Knight of the Zed, and we saw a Lucian Pike bot lane locked up on the other side. Braum and Ezreal. Is it going to be Braum Ezreal locked in for Team Polio on the other side here? So we saw both bot lanes picked very early here in the jungle, so a little bit more standard than you normally see in that regard. We were waiting on the last pick here. Probably going to be the jungler, I'm assuming, because we did see that. And it's going to be a Kha'Zix. Is that going to be Kha'Zix? Kha'Zix locked in there, so very high damage comp being coming out of Team Phub this time with a Pyke, a Kha'Zix, and a Lucian. On the other side, a little bit more utility than we saw with the Braum, Ezreal, and a Xin Zhao. Obviously, Ezreal much more mobile than that. I apologize about the keyboard typing here. We're just coordinating this, so bear with us temporarily. So we're just transferring that over there. All
right, I'm almost ready.
Okay, he's almost ready, so you guys can probably hear him anyway. We did see an Akali ban and a Kassadin ban and a Twisted Fate ban. And we'll see the last ban here. I'm assuming probably going to be another mid laner. Maybe an Aatrox? No, you wouldn't see it. Yeah, you could see an Aatrox ban. I remember that Aatrox did kind of run roughshed over Masho. Got kind of dominated pretty badly by that Aatrox. That's nothing against him. I get destroyed by Aatroxes all the time. So, and there's the Aatrox ban. Yeah, I 100% agree with that ban, Masho. I find Aatrox is very, very annoying. So give us a second here. We're hovering a Zillion at the moment. Zillion, Heimdinger, Galio, Anivia. Kind of looks like they're hovering a couple different choices. Vigar? Ooh, that Vigar would be fun to see. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Works pretty well against Xin Zhao. But it will be the Anivia. Okay. Pretty good choice. Pin somebody in place. A lot of CC and damage there. Good wave clear, especially in the late game. And we're going to see hovering the Urgot. Obviously, that would make sense. Urgot, very meta pick. Pretty strong right now. Does a lot of damage. We did see some pretty good play in the LCS this year, or in today, with some of the games with the Urgot. Definitely makes sense. Obviously, now even the Urgot ult with the Anivia egg, it has to be in the egg form in order for the Urgot ult to work, I believe. And then we're going to hover the... Looks like hovering a LeBlanc right now as the last choice here. We'll see if this gets locked in, and it will. So a LeBlanc into Anivia. Interesting. But obviously, LeBlanc, pretty strong pick, good assassin. Jaradia seems to like his assassins. We did see a pretty good Ahri play last game, and a LeBlanc is a pretty solid choice as well. So a lot more mobile comp, I feel like, with this Ezreal and with this LeBlanc. And a Garen in the top lane. Oh boy, that's interesting. And they do see a dodge. Now, I do believe that Garen is one of the acceptable...
Oh, wait, so there's room in the lobby now?
Yes. Hang on. And also in that regard, I think Escapist might have just come back as well.
Oh, really?
The scene just changed on the stream.
Oh, baby.
And he just got out of the screen.
Okay.
So we'll see what's going on. Hang on a second. There he is. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, I'll leave, I guess.
All right. Do you want to cast with me?
Or okay, I guess I can cast. Yeah.
All right.
Turn off my stream. Stop streaming.
All right. You're getting a lot of love. Bug's getting a lot of love in the Champions Select. I wish you guys could see Champions Select right now. Not Champions Select, the lobby. Both teams are spamming "We want Fug" in the. Oh god, I'm dying. Okay. Kenyatta, no, it's not technical difficulties. What happened is basically we were unable to switch out of the the victory screen, and so we were going to transfer the stream to another one, but Escapist has now joined back, and I'm assuming he is going to be dropping down here in just a second. Escapist is dropping down. There we go. And then,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the Scruff production guys. Yeah, come on, you guys should know this.
Oh no, I'm just looking at Gen Chat.
Yes, I know. Fugnuggler got a lot of love. Can I get some hashtag Fugnuggler if you want to see Fugnuggler, doing some great streaming stuff? But he's going to help cast with me, which I appreciate, because solo casting's a bit of a strain.
Yeah.
Plus, I know I'm terrible.
Excellent. Well, I'm hoping there are, because I think they already did the pick ban. Yes. But I'll actually be able to see it now, I guess.
Yes. I believe it was Urgot, Xin LeBlanc, Ezreal, Braum versus, I don't know who the top laner was, because they used a placeholder.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them casters are. I'm just gonna tell them if I'm gonna let them just play their game. So we'll see. So it was Kha'Zix in the jungle. In the mid, it was Nivea, and then it was Lucian, Pike bot lane. So we'll see. I'll just spam some casters are in chat for them. There we go. Okay, so this should go pretty quickly in pick and ban here. You obviously will be seeing some of the bans here.
Okay, Camille makes sense.
Yeah,
pretty
I believe
cool
that.
To see Gasp, because Gasp and Zed have pretty much like a very similar champ pool with how aggressive. I was surprised that he played Sedge last game. I missed the pick ban, but what were the jungle bans that Zed was playing Sejuani?
There weren't that many actually. Jungle bans.
Because usually he's like whatever Graves, Talia, Xin Zhao, like those kind of champions, or what he normally plays like big power farm, like Nocturne style, I guess, kind of things that can gank early typically. But I guess Sedge can kind of gank early, but they had like not really any melee lanes. Like top was a Vlad, which does not work with Sedge really, right? So
he focused. He focused on the bot side. He did have an unfortunate where he got he died onto Raptors.
Wait, is that Ornn what they actually banned? I'm assuming no.
No. These are not. These are just mainly troll bans. We did see a Camille. The Camille Aatrox bans were legitimate bans. So it wasn't Jax was what they wanted to pick into the Urgot, but they used a placeholder Garen pick. So both teams are quickly locking in there. Here.
Kha'Zix versus Xin Zhao. I'm pretty sure that's fairly Xin Zhao favored, isn't it?
I believe it is till Kha'Zix levels up some abilities. I believe like late game Kha'Zix wins that fight.
I also like the Jax. I think that champion's like really good right now. I think they just nerfed his Q because he was really strong with the whatever they called Halo Blades rune. So they nerfed his Q a bit, but I think that was like the only change he got. It was like a slight Q damage nerf or something.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Sorry, I had to drink some water there.
Urgot just got hit, although I don't think the Urgot changes really did anything because I still see Urgot everywhere in solo queue.
Yeah, remember, sometimes it takes a little bit while to filter on down there.
The main change I like is that they just added like a bigger window to punish, which I think a champion like Jax can do, right? So like before, since his W was such a low cooldown, I think it was like 10 seconds rank 1. If you just got hit with a Q, you were afraid to like jump in on him and punish, like, or if he like wasted Q and missed it, because it would be like, oh, he's just gonna EUW and take a shit trade, right? But now, since his W is like 17-second cooldown rank 1, right? And he usually maxes Q, it's going to be 17 seconds for like all of lane phase. So like if he wastes his W and then misses like a Q or two, then Jax can actually just Q on him and beat the crap out of him, and his W is not going to come up to the trade, right? So
yeah, exactly. Because,
it's actually an engage window.
What he can do is if he misses the Q now, Jax can jump on them, and if he tries to use his W, then Jax can just counter strike. Because remember that all those attacks are auto attacks.
Yeah, that's true.
So all that can get powered up, and then just brutally punish the Urgot with that. And then the counter strike will be back up again before Urgot's.
Another interesting one is the Anivia. I'm pretty sure that lane against LeBlanc isn't that nice. I guess LeBlanc beats like everything in lane typically, and especially scaling champs. But the main thing about the Anivia is that I like the egg is actually really annoying for assassins because like early game, like it's like the slow burst, right? Like you just slowly poke him out with Qs or QW or whatever, right? And you eventually like finally like get the kill with your ignite, and then he just egged, and you have like, oh, all my shit's on cooldown, and I'm like level like 5 or something. Like, yeah, unless your jungler comes, it's like almost impossible to get like an early solo kill in a Nivea, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like either Warpack's gonna have to make a pretty big misplay, like staying when he should have backed or something like that. But we'll see. I do expect Knight at the Zed to gank mid quite a bit here, but I'm really looking forward to this. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you know, Drowsy and Pabu had some kind of rough game last game, really just because they got 4-man dove quite a bit. Oh, so we'll see. Yeah, that was some pretty.
I only saw like the last half of the last game, so I kind of missed it.
Basically, what happened is they Team Phub went, or sorry, Life of Polio did a 4-man dive on the bot side, and they thought they were going to get the first turret of the game, but Team Phub countered it with a push mid with Nocturne and Lissandra, but they popped Rift, and they were able to actually get the turret a split second before.
Oh yeah, that's actually the best feeling. If you can get Rift before the plates fall, and it just like looks like a jizz of gold coming out of the turret, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've ever hit it like pre 14 minutes, but like if you get the Rift to slam into a turret, it's just like shing, 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 like
yeah, exactly. Well, so they got that first, and then they were able to push that into the second turret as well. So they got both mid turrets, and then Aatrox killed Vlad on the top side too. And then so that was just a lot of gold.
Yeah, the main thing I'm noticing of the comps right now is that I think blue side has a lot easier time like picking engages, because like red side has like, I guess Pyke can look for Qs. That's more like looking for picks, right? Like it's not really like a fight engage. And they have Jax like Q flash into like the enemy team with I guess E up or something, but like until he hits like 3 items, it's basically like suicide, right? So I don't know, like Kha'Zix can't really jump into the enemy team or either, so it's kind of like awkward, I feel like. So they're probably just gonna end up like split pushing with the Jax and just like having a Nivea like safe wave clear and just like hope they can get picks with like Kha'Zix and Pyke roaming around, just like snowball the game elsewhere.
Yeah, because I feel like what's going to happen is like, okay, Kha'Zix tries to jump on Ezreal. E's out. Okay, well, there's so much for that. Kha'Zix tries to jump on LeBlanc W's out. Oh, well, so much for that. You know what I mean? It's like there's no really you're going to jump on. You can jump on Braum.
I've done it every time I say this though. The Kha'Zix somehow ends up like unbelievably fed.
Oh yeah, I know.
One shot again.
Leaves laning phase with like 10 kills, and you're just like, well, fuck me.
Yeah, pretty much. So. I mean, I wouldn't count out the Kha'Zix pick. I know there's lots of people, especially like Gasp, who are like the higher elo junglers that can make like really good use of it. But I do think it's gonna definitely be hard for him to do anything.
Yeah, I think I do like the team comp a little bit more out of Life of Polio than I did the first game. I felt like that was a very squishy comp that like you did have the Sejuani, but like that was it. And we kind of saw that in team fights where the other team was just so tanky that they were able to just Team Phub was so tanky they couldn't really kill anybody until we just saw these fights where like the Lucian and the Shen would die. That's great, but then everybody else in the other team was dead too. Because they were just so tanky.
Yeah.
I feel like with this you got a lot more targets. You know what I mean? Like this LeBlanc can jump on the Lucian, can jump on the Kha'Zix, can jump on the Anivia, and just do a lot of damage.
I kind of like the confidence from Phub's bot lane of saying like last game we got camped and we had a bad time, but like we're still gonna run back a super aggressive like Lucian Pyke lane, like just try and beat them anyways, right? So it's like interesting to see if they're gonna be able to pull it off if maybe they don't get as like hard camped this game as you said. So if it'll be like a different scenario. The other thing that's kind of interesting is one team ended up getting the Bard, the other team got the Braum, and the other one got the Lucian. So the combos kind of split up. So it's like a kind of awkward like Ezreal Braum comp versus like a aggressive Lucian Pyke. But again, Pyke doesn't do that good into Braum because it's like if you pull him, so it's kind of like I feel like both bot lanes are kind of awkward.
Yeah, well,
I guess like Lucian's good to be aggressive, but
what I want to say here is because you didn't see this, but the Xin Zhao was the first pick.
Oh,
they could have done Lucian Braum. They had that option, but they chose Lucian Pyke instead.
Okay, so the Braum was picked as like a response to the Pyke.
I just
Lucian, kind of assumed one team only got like Lucian or Braum, and they prioritized something else, and then the other team took the other half, so they wouldn't get it. But
it was Xin Zhao first pick. Then we saw a Lucian Pyke, followed by a Braum Ezreal, followed by a Kha'Zix. So we're setting up here. We're going to get underway. We've loaded in. all standard. Looks like all standard.
Yeah,
runes
normal
and
pings coming out.
masteries.
Although I will say the Pike team looks like they're invading top side 5-man.
Yeah,
So
well, I think it looks like if they can catch LeBlanc, but LeBlanc's gonna. Ooh, LeBlanc sees it. I think should. Oh, double back. They might be able to stun. Yes, they got the stun. They can land the combo. Can they?
Oh my god.
LeBlanc had to start W.
That's not actually that bad for LeBlanc. I know in some lanes LeBlancs do start it just to like get early shove if they want to get level 2, because you can just W the wave level 1. I don't think Anivia is one of those lanes, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Like pretty much every LeBlanc's gonna take it level 2, and it's like an okay ability to start. So whatever. Yeah. I think I need to fast forward my game because I'm a couple seconds behind. But there's a pause anyways. Yeehaw! So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Zed special. Although it might not be Zed. I just see Kentucky ?
Yes, need reason your mob. Lol.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's
Mango hitting them with it. Interesting that Mango just kind of decided to go full on ADC, because originally it was actually Kyoshi that was listed as ADC for the play-ins, right? And I guess he just had like, because we scrimmed them before the play-ins, and Kyoshi did play bot lane somewhat in the when we scrimmed them, right? And I asked Mango like, why are you playing ADC like every game now, right? That seems kind of weird, because he played it all the play-ins too, right? Even though Kyoshi was listed, and he basically said like, until him and his brother learn to play more lanes, I'm not letting him go down there, basically. So I think there's like a champion pool problem in the bot lane. So it's like, I guess originally they were going to flex who is top and who is bot based on what pick they wanted, but then Mango just decided he likes ADC more now. So
sure.
What are you doing?
What?
Sorry, my girlfriend's just like grabbing my computer right now, and I don't know what's happening.
She's angry because you decided only to cast and not stream. Okay.
Never mind what. Okay. Oh yeah, you can order food. You can order food. You don't have to mute my mic to order food. It's okay. Okay. Anyways, sorry.
And by the way, guys, he's not offering any food to chat either. We're very disappointed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kristen, if you get some, you have to get enough for everyone. It's like kindergarten. You know the rule. If anyone in chat wants like a slice of pizza or something, if you like pineapple, you're gonna have to make your voice heard now before it's ordered, or unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to help you out.
It is $2 a slice, by the way, guys. $2 a slice.
Yeah, you got to pitch. It's not free. It's not a charity event.
We'll post the Venmo information in the in chat for you guys.
All right. So it looks like the early routes are going to be mirrored. Not the. I know a lot of time recently you see the kind of. I don't know. I can't remember the term.
Ezreal just got chunked in the bot lane.
Yeah. What's the term for when the two junglers are mirroring each other? So they just take the enemy like buff and they go like opposite.
Top bottom.
Whatever. Yeah, top to bottom, or not top to bottom, but they like they'll steal the enemy buff and then take one of their own. And they each do it. But anyways, I see that a lot recently with the aggressive junglers, because they'll each want a scuttle. So then whichever side they get the scuttle on, they'll just take the enemy buff and have their lane shove up or whatever. So it just splits the map basically. But instead we see Kha'Zix doing like a full power farm, which I don't play that much Kha'Zix, so I don't know, but typically I think of him as like an early aggressive jungler. But if you look, he did a full topside clear, whereas Zed actually went through and just did his red and then went topside, right?
Yeah, but I think you look at with this Dark Harvest might not be, where you're going to be building a little bit more of a late build. I think that's kind of a better option, really kind of power up faster. One thing we are seeing a bit of a lead opened up for the for the Urgot, but then they kind of stabilized there. Urgot missed a couple CS at the very end there. Lucian actually with a very impressive lead.
Oh my god, yeah, he's up like 10 CS. Ezreal is going to hopefully get like 5, or if he CSs this correctly under turret here. So it's not going to be
they've got Kha'Zix. They've got Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is in trouble. He's got to get out. He's going to take a lot of damage. He has to blow flash.
Oh wow, for some reason it's showing me topside where Jax is fighting instead. Oh, Jax gets first blood, actually.
First blood, that's huge. And they actually got out on the bot side.
Not respecting the damage his Flash W does with the Conqueror. It did like 150 damage or something. I know that's happened to me before too, where I'm playing topside and you're like, there's no way this is going to kill me. I'll make him flash. I don't want to flash first, right? It feels terrible to just flash and they don't use theirs and you have to back and blah, 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 right?
Oh, we got to fight in the bot side. Braum flashing.
All in, they're Braum flashing in. Looks like Xin Zhao's actually here. That should be a free stun, but a nice. The Pyke actually suicides himself to stop them from getting the stun.
Everyone's in the bot side. Everyone's
bot. Kha'Zix getting in, Jax going in.
That's actually
the Jax TP was a little bit much, kind of giving up a bit of his lead top for not really anything. But I actually really like the play from the Pyke there, basically pulling the Xin, because the Xin was definitely looking for Lucian, and he pulled him off of the Lucian to get the save him, and basically killed himself.
I feel like that the Lucian would have been okay though, because I feel like the Q stack from Braum was about to fall off.
It was close. It was close.
Yeah,
but honorable for a support. And to Wumple, who's asking in chat, it was Phub, the red team, who won game 1.
Yes, and thank you very much for Venom and Wumple for subscribing. We appreciate that and helping to support the P Cup channels.
Yeah, pretty much all the subscriber money we get, or bits or whatever, just goes towards the prize pool, which is why we're able to have such a bigger growth in our prize pool this year, is actually mostly due to generous Twitch donations, which was our main source of revenue last year. So thanks to everyone who's helping out, because most of that money's going back to you guys anyways.
Yes, and other things, just making sure we're keeping everything up and running.
Yeah, I guess, can we say we're like an Amazon-funded tournament now? Oh my god, Kha'Zix is regretting this jump immediately. Or is he? The Zin's too scared to go in him because Anivia has pressure.
Yeah. And Jax is coming down too.
Is this a clever ruse? Oh my god, that Anivia wall!
He didn't need to flash. He thought Kha'Zix was on the other side and he flashed. Wow. He didn't need to.
That's crazy.
He's in trouble now.
He's screwed. There's no way he's going to go. 2 full health people are running him down. And they give it over to the Jax.
This Jax. I
don't know if I'm pretty sure that was not an intended cool Anivia wall, but it ended up being a really cool Anivia wall.
Well, actually, that actually would have been disastrous had Xin Zhao just waited, because he could have just killed Kha'Zix and then just walked out. He would have been fine. Yeah. And then he thought Kha'Zix was on the other side, so he flashed over the wall, and then he was in real trouble.
Yeah.
That's Jax, where you kind of wish
giving up a lot of CS on all these roams, but he's definitely helping his teams. Has helped his bot side stabilize from that gank, and then big play going in mid lane.
Yeah,
doesn't quite get the egg, but
he's only down like 6-7 CS though. That's the thing.
And he got 2 kills.
Yeah.
So what's his gold at? He's up around 500 gold just himself. Oh, good combo from Anivia, stopping LeBlanc from getting her egg. And Anivia finally hitting tier in level 6, which is like the Anivia power spike, basically. So once he resets and actually gets his mana pool back, I'm pretty sure LeBlanc's opportunities to actually do anything in this lane are pretty much over, because he's just going to press R and walk backwards for the rest of the game, basically.
Absolutely. And with his Xin Zhao dying twice, unfortunately, he can't really punish this at all. You know what I mean? He's pretty far behind. If he gets caught under
I think Xin just has to look for bot lane, maybe. I'm not sure, because the top lane, the Jax, is honestly so scary. I feel like I'd be afraid of getting 2v1 if I jump in on him. I'd say maybe look bot again with Braum, because that's like a pretty good opportunity to set things up, but I'm not sure what else you can really do, because Anivia is going to play safe, and top's just like, if anyone else comes to save the Jax, you're probably screwed, and he might get a kill off of a 2v1 anyways.
And here's the issue is, though, you're down in the bot side, you're actually still down in CS, and that wave is just pushed in, hard pushed in. And this Kha'Zix is actually he knows he's so far ahead. He's actually taking buffs away from this Xin Zhao.
Yeah, and this CS advantage that Urgot got from Jax's roams is basically gone now. Jax slowly stabilizing it just from out CSing him in lane.
Yeah, and with his pink ward is up as well, Urgot, he's going to try and clear this, but he's got to be careful, because Jax would just jump on him right away.
One thing I'm surprised about is that typically the Pyke's pick to kind of dodge the lane, right? Like, you could look for some cool like gank setups and stuff by like Wing into your own lane and looking for Qs, but typically it's roaming. But I mean, I guess since he's got an Anivia mid, there's not really much to do against a LeBlanc, right? So he's just kind of stuck sitting in this lane. Not really costing them anything, but yeah. Oh, and All-In coming in here from the LeBlanc with a good chain, but he already used his full combo, so there's nothing else he can really do once the chain hits, so he just has to back up.
Anivia just backs and just keeps. Eventually, this Catalyst, Roa will transform, and then this will be a very powerful Anivia.
Yeah, Anivia doesn't have TP here, so LeBlanc should be able to get a bit of a CS advantage here. Looks like he's going to be up around 20 CS in all once he finishes shoving in this lane, so pretty good job of Gerodius in the mid lane actually getting a big CS advantage on the Anivia, but again, it's really hard for him to turn it into anything without a play somewhere else in the map, pretty much.
Yeah. And now, I mean, I think this Urgot did get a cull, by the way, so this will help stabilize the gold differential a little bit more. And I'm guessing
an aggressive buy.
Yeah.
He is having a better time of the lane now, though, considering he died early, then Jax got another kill. He's stabilizing pretty well. I wonder how much money Jax is sitting on. Jack's sitting on just under 2,000 gold, so...
This might be a Tiamat right here. Or
yeah, definitely can grab a Tiamat whenever he wants to back and grab it. And the one thing that I really like about Tiamat is obviously being able to shove is nice and like the active or whatever, but also the health regen it gives is against lanes like Urgot extremely nice because you can just soak up so much more damage without having to blow pots constantly.
And not only a Tiamat, but a Phage as well. So this is actually going to be very scary Jax.
Yeah, Urgot also has a lot of damage, so he's probably going to have his Ninja Tabby and then maybe a Phage of his own. But he has not backed yet, so he's going to be a little bit late on it.
Because the main thing is either.
Jax hits the lane. Jax is going to start ramming this into tower with his Tiamat. So now Urgot has no TP, and he's going to miss at least a wave if he actually goes for a recall now, since he didn't match the back timer. And Anivia going aggressive on Zed. Locking him out of his own camp and stealing it from him. And
Urgot's not even going to be able to back here. By the time he gets a chance to back, he's going to be under his own turret. He's in a look how low he is too.
And he hasn't bought.
He's going to die. He's going to die. Yep.
He's dead. That's it.
This is this is basically lane now at this stage because he's going to push this in and do it.
Basically a greedy back timer. He just had to match Jax's back, and then he didn't. And then he didn't realize he fucked up his back timer and reset. He just tried to greed for more waves and.
Yeah, I mean, and the problem is he should have backed like either right away or just pushed it in as fast as he could have with his W and then backed, and he didn't. And now this is already 2 plates over to this Jax. Looks like Kozik's going to go for Rift.
Yeah, this lane only gets worse for Urgot. Like Urgot's a heavy mid game spiking champion because he can like get cheesy kills with his ignite and his ult and everything, or really good gank setups early. But then once it gets to the late split pushing part of the game,
we gotta fight the bot lane. Fight the bot lane.
TP coming in. Is it Anivia? Yes, it's Anivia. I'm not sure what they're doing with this TP.
I think they saw LeBlanc missing and they freaked out a little bit and thought there was going to be...
immediately regretting this decision. This could be 3 kills for the blue team if they play this right. We'll see.
I think
they're all getting really low, actually. They might be regretting this. No one is dying on the red team so far. Anivia finally going down. But Pyke picking up kills.
The resets!
Ooh, only 1 kill. Anivia's egg pops. She lives, and it ends up being a 1-for-1. But Lucian's still looking for it. He kills LeBlanc's clone. Can he get the actual LeBlanc now? A dive coming in top lane at the same time.
They're gonna kill Urgot again.
His turret's gone. He's screwed. The Kazakhs actually.
They're gonna get 2 turrets. They're gonna 2 turrets out of this.
The wall canceling both recalls here. They might be able to get a dive now if they stay. We'll see if they actually try and stay.
Wait, where's? Whoa, that was a really weird.
They still haven't finished getting any recalls off bot lane. It's only Xin Zhao coming up. That's going to be another turret for sure for this Jax. And
I would rotate after this. You're going to have 3 turrets destroyed and just take the mid turret and just speed up this game so rapidly.
Yeah, that bot lane play looked really weird for me from Red Team. I'm not sure what the call was besides, oh shit, LeBlanc might be coming, but somehow it worked out extremely good for them. So I guess they're bigger brain than me.
Yeah, I think they thought, like, get him in there early on. They didn't know Xin Zhao was going to be there. They were just there to be safe, you know what I mean? But then they still fought over it, and I think it looked like it was going to go well, but then the Pyke reset helped them out so much. He got a lot of splash damage down, and then let Anivia reemerge from egg. So, I mean, the problem is, you look at this now, Xin Zhao and Urgot are so far behind, and LeBlanc really, has a kill, but, like, isn't that great off, you know what I mean? You got a 4 kill. Who fights Jax at this moment?
Literally not. The only person that might be able to split against him is Ezreal if he gets a Iceborne, can like hide and shoot Qs from a mile away, but that's not really splitting against him. It's just like stalling a wave against him for like maybe a wave or 2, but I don't know. I'm assuming most Jaxes right now are going the Essence Reaver build, and the scary thing about that is even if you're playing something with Ezreal with dashes and slows and blah blah blah, the Jax can just pop ult and Q on you, and then Q on you before your E's back up, and then Q on you again because the Essence Reaver gives you such low CDs, right?
And this Triforce is
no
done
escape.
Already. This Triforce is done already on this Jax.
Yeah,
and then already with the Tiamat, the Ninja Tabbies is going to be done in a second. I mean, this is just gets scarier and scarier and scarier. Jax just taking the blue at will. They're just going to start starving away this Xin Zhao's jungle. I mean, I think he's had 1 blue this entire game. I mean, look, Urgot half health already.
Jesus Christ.
They're going to have to send someone back to stop this.
Instantly half health. The crazy thing is, which I said earlier, as I was like, alright, Urgot's first back, probably picking those Ninja Tabbies. He still does not have any armor built. No Ninja Tabbies even.
Yeah.
That's borderline suicidal. He's just rushing this
Pike's in trouble
offensive
here, or
first.
Brom's in trouble, rather.
Pike coming in bot lane. Brom looks like he's definitely dead here from the Pike. On the top side, Xin Zhao is going for the
got a
enemy.
huge fight.
Drowsy dies. Kha'Zix's dying for getting 2 kills. A big TP coming in actually from Urgot. It looks like blue team's going to completely clean up this fight, but at the cost of their inhib, possibly. No, never mind.
The turret.
Not even the inhib tower, I think. They're
No,
all
he
backing.
got the turret. Oh yeah, he ran out of minions. And there's an Infernal Dragon spawning too.
Bad play
Oh my
from
god.
Red Team. So unfortunately, they didn't realize that all of their gold is in their jungler and their top laner, not in their bot lane or mid lane. So
And
they
he's
actually
gonna die.
rotated
He's
them
gonna
there.
die. He's gonna die here.
Yeah, he's fucked. He's
gonna
in
be
a
reset.
3v1. There's no way he's getting out of this. He's Urgot ulted. He's getting eaten. Num 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 num.
And they get the Infernal Dragon. That's such a huge swing now with this getting this Urgot back in the game with the shutdown gold and then Infernal
Yeah,
Dragon.
I was gonna say this is an FF15 game for blue team, but they sort of, I mean, not to underestimate, they are still down 4k gold at 15 minutes, which is huge. They have no turrets taken to 2 turrets taken topside, almost the inhib turret, and bot turret really low. So it's still definitely red team's game to lose, but they're definitely making a case for blue team winning this game right now.
Yeah, I think when Pike ulted, he almost got 2 people. Had he been able to get one and get the reset, I think that fight would have gone drastically differently.
Yeah, the main thing as well is that red team split so hard. Their ADC got 1v1 by Xin off in Tribush. Their mid laner got 1v1'd off in the bottom side. Then their Kha'Zix and Pike were diving the turret and died for a 2v2. It was just like, their team was just completely split up, right? I think if they play together and actually use their gold advantage effectively, they can still easily win these fights.
Well,
but
that fight was a 5v4, and their entire gold lead was in the top side, and that wasn't there. So it was basically an even fight in a So yeah, you're going to lose that fight, obviously.
Yeah, to be fair, actually, Drowsy's pretty far ahead. Actually, looking at it, he's up around 800 gold because he's CSing so well against the Ezreal.
Yeah,
Even though Ezreal does have the Klepto, which normally gives him more gold, he is up about 800, and Kha'Zix is up around 1500.
Two more turrets just fell now, so that's mid and bot.
Yeah, and that just brings the global gold lead even higher, around 5k now. Kha'Zix living from the LeBlanc one-shot combo. He's not quite there at the damage yet, but it is a good effort if they're just trying to force them off for this turret. But again, they have Anivia, who's just going to sit here and press R, right? So
yeah,
forcing Kha'Zix to recall for your Ignite, and I'm not sure if that's really worth it.
LeBlanc's looking to jump in on this Lucian, but Lucian should be okay.
Yeah, LeBlanc just being an annoying nuisance, hoping to pick off some kills. Jack's not really able to get anything done bot lane because he has basically no pressure on the map. So the main thing for blue team is they're just trying to shove so hard that Jax is afraid to split push because he knows that they have advantage priority and they can run down and just gangbang him with 3 people like they just did last time, right? So their hope is this to force the enemy team all mid and then keep the shove advantage and then rotate on Jax if he tries to do anything to stall out the game and pray, I guess. Big play coming in from LeBlanc.
Anivia's in trouble.
Anivia's screwed. LeBlanc just needs one more Q. There it is. Now we'll see if she can burst the egg. She should have no problem. A chain's coming up in any second now. There it is. The chain's on her.
Out, but yeah,
she flashes out, but that should be WQ coming out. Or flash W, yeah. She's dead.
The problem with that fight down below, that big fight that got them back in the game is, LeBlanc got a bunch of kills and finished that Luden Zeko. Now this Anivia is starting to fall behind, which is not what you want. I don't think you can have Anivia split push. I think you have to have Anivia with the team now. I think you got to kind of 4-1.
Yeah, I think their idea was basically they recognized that having everyone sitting mid, they're going to get out rotated. Jax can't split bot. He says you guys need to pressure the top lane, but having Anivia be the one to pressure the top lane, I'm not so sure that's a good idea because, as you said, she's just going to get jumped on if she actually tries to shove. They have like really good wave clear. It's like almost impossible for blue team to get onto a turret. But at the same point, it's really hard for them to force anything because Jax kind of used up all his time he had while they had all that bot pressure, and now they have no pressure on the map at all besides him, and he can't shove or he's too scared of getting collapsed on and giving up even more gold.
I feel like what you need to do is you send Kha'Zix to one lane. I know Kha'Zix doesn't have teleport, but you send Kha'Zix to one lane, have Anivia, Lucian, and Thresh in the middle, and then Jax in the bot side. And then what do? You gonna send someone to 1v1 a Kha'Zix who will get isolation damage? No. Anivia and Lucian are gonna be able to push that wave in so fast, and if they
they're
get
sending 3 top. It looks like Jax is looking for an advantage. 4 top actually. Let's see if Jax gonna get something done bot side. He basically, this is a part that sucks if you're in a head top laner, is where you feel like you have to do something, and you're against like a tanky guy like Urgot who has range, who's poking you. and you're like, I have to dive him or something, or I'm not going to hit this turret, right? But like, what do you do as a Jax? It's just so hard for you to dive in Urgot because he can just press R. He has Summer Spellbook. He can get exhaust, whatever, right? So I don't know. Urgot's doing a good job of clearing this wave and just not dying anymore. I don't know how he just completely stopped the bleeding here, but he's just.
It's just the shutdown. I think the shutdown gold was like 1,000 gold. Like and then plus the kill from the bot side fight. He just got almost like 2k gold out of it.
Yeah, and I mean, Jax just can't keep his waves alive. Like, it looks like he needs like a Baron buff or something to get this shoved in properly.
Yeah, and he doesn't. He's not
instantly clears out these waves.
He's not tanky enough to like fight.
A bit of a skirmish going on here, but looks like nothing's really going to come from it.
I think we're kind of
roaming bot side. He's going to see if they can get a bait on the Jax, and it looks like it works actually. Jax goes in. He finally decides to do something at the worst possible time, and he's walking into another teammate. He's completely screwed.
I don't think he knows. He doesn't know how to. He's a great... DMR seems to be... what I'm seeing in this fight is he's a great solo laner. Does really well, but he doesn't really know how to like team fight with his team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They could possibly look for some team fights just playing around him and having him initiate for them, but... Oh my god, big damage from LeBlanc. That should be cleaned up from the blue team. Everyone in red team either has to run or is dead. Pyke should be dead from LeBlanc as well. LeBlanc is absolutely humongous. Now red team's kind of the point where they need to stall this game out. Like, yes, they're ahead. They're still up in gold. They're still up 4 turrets to none. But if they don't stall out the game, red team's going to get a Baron and win like 1 or 2 more fights, and they're going to actually just like end the game. Like, I've seen so many games like this where a mid-team comp starts rolling and just ends the game after like 3 or 4 good team fights just instantly off of a Baron play. And that's what they're starting right now.
Yeah, with this Mountain Dragon and an Infernal Dragon, they can do a lot of damage to this, and they're going to get this, actually.
This is it looks like no contest from the red team. They're just going to get some damage on the mid tower, and that's about it.
And they're gonna get some, you know, we're gonna see some turrets back by Life of Polio. They're gonna be able to get some turrets off this and kind of close.
I think you're right. I think red team has to somehow try and utilize the Jax to actually win a team fight. I think
Nivea's dead. Nivea's dead.
No point. Nivea, it looks like she's just laughing. Did Nivea just run it down?
Basically, yeah.
I think Warpack may or may not be tilted.
Yeah, I think because he literally saw Xin Zhao and just threw the Q in the opposite direction, so he just kind of like sat there.
I'm pretty sure he was spamming his laugh emote as well.
Yeah.
Interesting play from the Anivia.
Yeah.
0-3, not having a fun time. I think they need to just play around their big boy Jax. Try to maybe force a fight in a way that he can get in on some people. The main threat is that he has almost no MR, and LeBlanc is still going to possibly one-shot him, right? I mean, he has his ult for MR, but...
And Merc transmits it.
It's definitely a hard game for the Jax now because he cannot split push like he wants to. He's been stuck in his side lane, not getting any turret damage done, and he's kind of past his snowball point where he can just get collapsed on now and he knows he can't do anything, and he's just like, what the hell do I do? Just keep ramming my head into this bottom lane where they now have Baron minions and are sending 2 people against them, and his team can't do anything mid lane anyways, 3v4. Looks like they actually might lose a fight 3v4. LeBlanc looking for a play here. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is pretty... I mean, Lucian's so low as well. They're going to have to lose this bot turret here too now, so a lot of gold starting to swing back here. And there's another Infernal Dragon coming up now. And that's the issue, is they're going to get these turrets, even the gold up, and then they can just take this second Infernal Dragon. And then 2 Infernals in a mountain, this starts to get very scary.
They're completely losing their gold advantages now. The ADC has actually swapped, Mango now having a gold advantage over Drowsy. Top lane, he's only up around 1,300 now, where he's up around, I think, like 1,800 or 2,000, I believe, before. Yeah. So the gold advantages in pretty much every lane are closing in on them. And as you can see, it's only a 2k gold advantage, where it was, I think, like a 6k gold advantage just like absolutely. 5 minutes ago.
And once he finishes this Stoneplate Gargoyles, he's going to be almost impossible to dive, you know what I mean? Because if you try and dive under a turret... When you pop Stoneblade, you're going to survive for so long. I mean, with your Urgot ult as well.
Yeah, red team definitely has to be in stall mode now. They need to get Jax and Warpack to like 6 items, and they need to just pray that they can stall out this game. Because, I don't know, right now LeBlanc is just 1v3ing their backline.
Oh, there we go. Well, they'll be able to kill Braum.
Coming out here. Braum caught out by the Pyke stun.
Look at the Ezreal damage. Oh my god.
Oh my god. And just kidding, LeBlanc's here. Ezreal poked everyone low, and she's coming in. Ezreal with the flash, that auto-tweak about 400 damage with his W on him. And
look at Urgot go chasing down this Pyke. Forces the Pyke flash as well. This is not going well at all. This double tier build on this Ezreal is such a late game power spike as well.
Yeah, I think this game's basically
And
over.
another pause.
Kentucky internet, unlucky.
Night of the Zed. Oh,
For any new people to the community who don't know what Kentucky means, it's just that's where Night of the Zed's from. And every time he lags, he'd say, "It's my stupid Kentucky internet." So now people just yell Kentucky whenever they pause anyone on his team because yeah, he probably has the worst internet, or I say least consistent internet in the league. His internet seems good sometimes. Like obviously he hit D1, so he can't be lagging out every single game, right? He always tells me like he never lags in solo queue, only in custom games, where he'll DC like 2 or 3 times a game, basically.
yeah. So anytime they lose, it's because his internet.
Yeah. Last game was probably just Kentucky internet on the Sejuani. Yeehaw.
He just didn't. They didn't pause enough. That was the issue. You got to pause.
I'm just trying to think of a scenario now where red team can even do anything in a team fight, and I honestly can't picture what they could possibly pick. They perfectly caught out the Braum. They hit the isolation damage on him. They hit the Pike stun, Lucian full combo, and then he just W'd to his ADC and he lived with half HP.
I think the only way I can see this going well for them is if somehow Jax lands a double stun on LeBlanc and Ezreal, and they're able to just follow it up with an Anivia Q in an Anivia ult, and they're able to kill the Ezreal and almost
maybe
kill
if Jax hits a E flash Q stun in LeBlanc into Anivia stun, and they one shot LeBlanc and Ezreal, then they can win a fight. But if LeBlanc or Ezreal, I feel are in a fight, their front line is just so much bigger than the red team's front line that I feel whoever's left will just slowly kill everyone on the enemy team, or not even that slowly, to be honest. Because Ezreal, as you said, he's hit the double tier power spike. He's humongous. LeBlanc is just one-shotting people. I don't know. I just think the front line is way too big for the blue team now.
This is getting ugly in a hurry. because the problem is, Drowsy's dead at the moment. Gasp is dead right now. This is going to be a T2 turret that's going to fall. And then once that turret falls, then you're actually... the goal's even at the moment. And then you got to say, okay, we've got the Mountain and the Infernal, and then we've got another Infernal that's about to spawn in a minute 20. We're going to take that. Now all of a sudden you've got 2 Infernals and a Mountain. That's just, we can take another Baron very easily. I just don't know.
I think this is the main problem with picking the bot lane they did. I think if they had another front, if they were the team with the Braum who had the frontliner and helped disengage and peel and everything, but the Pike just provides 0 peel for their back line. So LeBlanc just W's in, and what do? Immediately? Pike has to charge his Q. Nivea can maybe predict with her Q or something, and instantly Q cancel it, but it's awkward, you know what I mean? They don't have anything to force the LeBlanc not to just W on their backline on cooldown, you know what I mean? So she just gets free reign to do whatever they want. Ezreal just walks forward, he doesn't have to be afraid of anything. I feel the Pike was cool early game, but now just it's kind of wish we had a front line now. We have this Kha'Zix that can't jump in or do anything. He can't kill anyone. We have this Pike that can't kill anyone. All these assassins are just useless into the enemy team. Their drafts is kind of biting them in the ass in these team fights now.
If you'd had a Braum instead of a Pike, because you had that option, you could have blocked some of the LeBlanc's damage. You could have stopped the Urgot ult.
Yeah.
So
or at least Q her and force her back, or potentially re-engage on her when she goes in.
Yeah, exactly.
Punish. Oh, the Braum forcing his own flash.
LeBlanc flashes forward so he can E a minion.
Yeah. Or I think his flash says
wow.
And he's dead.
And Pike's about to dead.
I think Pike's out. But miss you. The rest of your team isn't there. Why are you holding a outer turret?
I think he's tilted off the face of the earth at the moment. I think.
Hopefully, because I'm assuming this is going to go to a third game, the way this is looking. Hopefully Werpak can reconnect his mental for the next game, and it's because I really just don't want to see him get absolutely steamrolled the next game and just be that tilted, because his top laner did play a hell of a game. His bot lane was playing extremely well early the game. They were, as I said, Drowsy was up almost 1,000 gold off just CSing better, right? They had good pressure, but they just have these terrible team fights, and now their team comp can't fight the enemy team, and they're just screwed. And it's frustrating, but you gotta play it out as Nivea. He's gotta inting it out for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I get that you think that maybe you can win late game, but I think at this stage you kind of wonder about just resetting your mental. I think, if they can get this Infernal Dragon here, Kha'Zix is behind, so maybe.
I don't think he's even gonna get there. I don't know.
He's forced to flash out.
Anivia just running it down again.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's doing.
His mental's gone. Or got.
I think someone surrender before Warpack learns how to tie a noose is what I'd say. Because he's I think he's Googling it while he's dead. I don't know. He's just running it down as fast as possible. Wow, I am genuinely surprised he was not in execute range of Pike.
What happened is if you look, his Jarman's fist procced. And
okay. I didn't know the Jarm's fist alone had a proc.
Yeah, because I think what happened is the. Actually, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. My only guess is that the Pike ult isn't him physically moving into Xin Zhao ult. Like, it's technically a projectile unless it kills, and then it teleports him or something like that. So, since he ulted from outside of Xin Zhao's ult range, it didn't do damage. That's my guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the interaction on that one. I know that Ninja Tabi
definitely
does...
in the percentage. Something weird happened.
Yeah.
Mango didn't heal. Like, I don't know. Something weird.
Yeah, that's strange. I thought it was like a Zerger's Greaves or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this is
Sterak's Gauge or whatever.
I don't know. Maybe Jax can try and go in a side lane again because I don't think there's any way. Even if he's there, I think at this point they're not winning a fight. Like,
yeah,
their jungler basically isn't a champion at this point. Like, he has a lot of CS. He has like a decent like build. He's at like 2.5 items, but like he can't do anything. I feel like
games 1 and 2 have just come down to like whoever drafts better wins the game.
Yeah, definitely well played early from the red team, but once they had those like really awkward bot lane plays like mid game, their draft kind of showed how weak it was. Pike getting caught here by LeBlanc. We'll see if she can get the... Oh, she didn't have enough vision to actually get the one-shot off because of that pink ward. Lucian ult doing literally no damage.
Yeah, well, within Ninja Tabi's, the Gargoyles and the Chain Vest, you're not going to do much.
Oh, and LeBlanc going again for the... Ooh, that was a close one.
Yeah.
If that chain had hit, that was definitely a dead Pike. Luckily, his passive is healing him up from these combos, but if he gets hit by another W... And there goes Zed.
Goodbye.
Go back to Canada. Wait, is Drowsy Canadian? For some reason, I didn't think he was.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Where's he from? Do you know, Kristen? He's from Ontario?
Why would your girlfriend know where he's from?
Oh, I used to be on a team with Drowsy. And also, she just generally knows all the Canadians. But the main reason I ask is because the Whale Hunters, basically the entire team... but the ADC hang out like IRL, like we all live in the same area in Canada. So I was if Drowsy lives in Ontario, how the hell have I never seen him, basically?
And how the hell is he not on Whale Hunters?
Why has he not hit me up? Like, what the fuck, Drowsy?
Yeah, all 10 of you guys and 4 of you are on one team.
Yeah. Grass, why did you get mad in DMs? What? What are these fucking r/rs? Wait till they see the script for Game 3. Alright, well, it looks like Warpack's excited to play Game 3, and so excited he's getting out of Game 2 as fast as possible, so hopefully he's got a spicy pick. It's going to turn everything around for Game 3, because I think, to be honest, I think they could just let Zed stay DC'd and just play this one out, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, I just got Dash R'd by Warpack. He is planning on playing Teemo next game.
Excellent. I hope he...
That does not sound like pizza, by the way. That sounds like Chinese food.
Oh, it's in a bag. I don't know what this is. I think it's garlic bread. Oh, it's so hot. My hands.
Could have just used that as a plate or put it on the floor.
Right,
you have no brain.
Wow. Wow, fuck, that looked like you just got destroyed by the girlfriend.
Unlucky.
You just got called out on stream by
Bernard the Asian. Let me cast next game. I heard I was good. Does anyone know who Bernard the Asian is?
No idea. Oh, man. It is midnight already here.
Anyone curious? I got that Little Caesars garlic bread things. They're like cylinders.
You said you that shit.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
No, I do like it. I'm just informing what it is. I'm not
You
complaining.
didn't look very happy, so.
I appreciate the crazy bread. Thank you. Is that good? Am I
Oh
good
my
now?
god, I'm dead. Okay, so we're Night of the Dead did reconnect, but he's not ready yet. We are approaching restart time here, as we are obviously a 10-minute pause time instead of the old 15-minute. So we will see.
Oh, is Bernard the Asian the guy that casted my series? Because I know there's just 2 guys from a team just casted my series. I can't remember who it was. I think Colin was one of them.
Which game were you?
Whale Hunters versus Dawnbreak Gaming. Yeah, he was. Okay. I think he was the guy that was just in a solo queue game for half of the series.
Yeah, it was BX. It was Susu Singh and BX Nard was the guys casting your game.
Hmm.
Sorry, I had to bring up the
Zed holding a
casting
hostage. Yeah. And then I think how many more series do we have left? It's just one after this, right? Tomorrow.
What? Yes, there's one game on Sunday. Like at some strange time, they posted it like it was like 1:00 Pacific time or something like that. And I was like, wait, what? So I think that's like 4 EST. But I think EGN is going to be casting that game.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Zed does not want us to go out sleep. This is all a revenge because I said Escapist fell asleep on stream. So they're trying to make me fall asleep on stream in exchange.
Yeah, I think Escapist said he was actually just eating food and he forgot he was streaming or something like that.
Yes. It's like, well, at least Escapist, look at the bright side. At least like you weren't on camera or something like that. Because there have been a bunch of Twitch fails where people have forgotten they were streaming. Or like they host someone.
I know
and they don't
way
stop
back
their own stream.
in House Party, I never casted, but I used to stream for them just because I had actually good internet back then where I lived. But anyways, I remember one time I was streaming. It was just boring because you just hit D for directed camera, you put the menu up, and then you just basically peace out. Like you don't have to do anything besides listen to the casters. And I just left and went to make some food or something, but I left my mouse in the top right corner of the screen, and I didn't realize because I spawned and it was zooming in the red team in their base. So I came back and I'm just looking at the top right corner of the map, and I'd been looking there for the past 3 minutes or something, and I'm like, my bad. So at least we got to watch the game when Escapist left. We watched the whole thing. Then we realized he wasn't here, so it could be worse, guys.
Okay, so we should resume here in 15 seconds. I'm assuming they're going to...
No, with or without Zed, I guess.
Yes. 10, 9,
Well,
8,
maybe there is a way for them to end game 2 if Zed doesn't actually play the game. I was joking they could probably win without him, but I guess that's up for debate. We'll see.
We'll find out pretty quickly. I know there was one P-Cup game where somebody had to play for 5 minutes on a 4v5 because someone didn't reconnect.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, my current mid laner for Whale Hunters was my mid laner back in Season 5, and we had a game where he would DC, we used all our pause time, so whenever he was connected, he was playing Azir, and he'd just flash, shuffle into the enemy team, throw as many people as he could, and then DC. Because that's all he could do while he was connected, and then we just try and win the fight off of whoever he hit with his stream a shuffle, basically, before he could connect again to the game. But it looks like Zed is here. He's probably just high ping or something. They are starting up the Baron. Oh, and that Baron is secured. Okay, Kha'Zix is gone.
Yep.
Good night.
That's one way to win a game.
Oh, and I just realized the game is really behind. I just sped it up and the game instantly ended. Okay, looks like they surrendered.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized on stream, Escapist is behind me because he's actually watching the team fight. My thing just zoomed to their base and it blew up on my screen.
Yeah, I saw that. I was mine just jumped hyper sped forward.
Oh. Okay, it's happening on Escapist stream too now.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so we had looked like there was a bit of a pause bug there that kind of caused some problems. So we're going to head on into game 3 here in just a bit.
Yo, how many of
Yeah,
these bad boys
spectating
can
is
I
pretty
eat?
fun.
All of them? You mean it? Damn. Okay, bro.
No, I want one. What is this?
Don't have all of this.
Not all of them.
Okay, so guys, bear with us in just a second here.
Is this chicken wing?
Yeah. It's like a combo.
So we copy the codes and get set up for game number 3 here.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to take my dog out real quick here whilst we're waiting here. So, Phub, if you can kind of handle things for a split second.
No, I don't have a plate here. I can go get one. Okay, I'm gonna be
Okay,
our
guys. Yes,
get a
Escapist does not have to cook alone. Right now, Phub was talking about food, and I might need to take my dog out. So give us 1 second here. We're just getting some stuff squared away. So we'll be things will be a little bit quiet for a little bit.
Alright, I got a plate.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'll just mute my mic until the game's actually has some music or something escapist.
And we're flying so close to where we belong. And we're trying to go somewhere new. And I try to crack this iceberg open till it shatters through the ocean. I wanna make shockwaves. I wanna make shockwaves with you. Gonna move the ocean current till the waves flood what's been burning.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. So we're back in here. We're just getting up for game 3 here. We should be up and running here in a little bit. The teams are just getting everything squared away. All right, so I'm in here. So Fugangler, I think, just stepped out for a little bit. He should be back shortly as well. Obviously, we are on to Game 3 here. Team Phub won Game 1. Life of Polio won Game 2 after a pretty good comeback, despite the Jacks getting pretty far ahead. So, I'm assuming
I'm here, by the way.
Oh, you're here. Okay. You're just eating some garlic bread. That's okay.
Yeah, basically.
That's okay. Yeah, I think we'll probably see. I bet you they'll probably ban away the LeBlanc because I think that was the big problem. That LeBlanc was just destroying everything.
Yeah, even if they just pick like a stronger frontline or a more stable teamfight comp, because I think purely relying on the split push isn't a good idea because their team definitely seems like the less organized one, right? Well, we were talking about who was making clean like cross map plays and like teleports and like blah blah blah. A few of the plays worked out okay for Phub, but it definitely didn't seem as like well thought out as the rotations from the other team, right? Or the collapses or whatnot.
Well, I feel like a lot of it came down to that just was like that LeBlanc would just like one shot people. Like in game one, like Team Phub really had the better team fighting, I thought. So I think you got to just pick a good team comp. So I think get rid of the Pike, pick up like a Braum.
I'm not even commenting on the team fight. I'm just saying like right place, right time kind of thing. Like I think it's easier to play a comp where you just group as 5 and just beat yourself into the other team because I think they didn't execute the split push well. Is all I mean.
Yeah. So okay, guys, we are into champion select here. Did you see the first ban away of the Lysandra? Obviously, it was pretty effective against Wolfpack. Played a pretty strong game 1. We'll see what they counter with. I went probably like Xerath, so that was the same ban. They've banned games 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't expect any change in bans from the blue team.
You don't think Team Phub will change any bans?
No, I think Phub will. I mean, from what is the other team called?
Life of Polio.
Life of Polio, I don't think it's going to change anything.
Let's see here, Karthus. So far the only ban. Yep.
And I think Zed looked way better on the Xin, so I wouldn't be surprised they first picked it again as well.
Yep, there you go. First picking the Zinzao.
And maybe they'll actually pick Lucian and Braum this time instead of the Pike.
Please. Because I think Drowsy is a pretty good Lucian player. I think you need to have a support that can back
Lucian is not even required. Like Ezreal or wherever you want to play is good too. Like I just think get a more cohesive bot links. It felt like the Pike was like cool for a couple of plays and then it just kind of didn't really do anything after that.
I agree. So there's the Lucian. So Braum, Alistar. I wouldn't mind seeing an Alistar either. An Alistar wouldn't be a bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
And Shen. Don't know. They played Shen support game 1. I really didn't feel like
is the support Sharkbait or no? Because if he's not Sharkbait, why is he playing Shen? You know?
Yeah. And there's the Shen again.
My only guess is that even though he doesn't seem that proficient at it, they just want someone to press R on Gasp so he can carry the game.
Yeah. So I think they were thinking about the Nocturne as well there, so we'll see. But I guess they said, you know what, we can pick it last with the last pick here. And now the Zed's internet may have just died because it doesn't look like they locked in somebody.
Oh, for me, he still has a few seconds left. Oh, yeah, he didn't pick anything.
And a Caitlyn. Okay, so
I'm assuming that was a random champ because he was DC'd. But they might just roll with it if they like it. I don't think Mango plays Caitlyn though, because I mean he still is transitioning from top to ADC, so I'm assuming his pool isn't that big. I've seen Jhin, I've seen Ez, I've seen Lucian, but those are the only 3 I've really seen from him.
Yeah.
So
well, they're not dodging, so I'm guessing
maybe they're just rolling with it, or either that or they already messaged the enemy team if it isn't Caitlyn.
Yeah. Then we see Braum as the last.
They're just running it back with the exact same team comp. No reason to change what worked. I mean, I will say it worked in quotation marks, but it was only because the enemy team comp was so bad at dealing with it that they were able to snowball even though they got destroyed in lane, right? Like bot lane was hard winning, mid was like even-ish, like not that bad. I think Anivia was down like 15 CS but hadn't died at all in lane, right?
Well, there's a Galio, so
top was ahead. Now
so definitely some tanky boys.
This is a carry jungler, carry or split push top kind of game. If you want to have an easy way to help have a split pusher in the top lane, run Shen Galio.
Well, I think
Right?
Shen's support, I think.
No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying
Yeah.
if you have like the Jax or whatever you want, like some sort of split pusher again top lane, right? If the enemy team tries a 3-man collapse on him and you just Shen Galio ult him, like they're fucked, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is like a really good setup for setting up another split pusher, or if they just want a team fight again, the Galio is like fine for team fighting as well, right? But I think the big thing I noticed is it's an easy way to help the split push.
Okay, I want to jump in here. I think this Caitlyn is a placeholder because they banned Vayne. Now, you wouldn't ban Vayne if you know that the team's going.
So
Caitlyn.
the Caitlyn could be LeBlanc possibly.
Yeah, something
Is my
like
guess.
that.
Because he did have a really good LeBlanc game, which would also make sense for the Galio, because Galio is a pretty safe pick, because LeBlanc jumps in on you, you press W, you eat her full combo, it doesn't do that much damage, and then you just like leave. Or and you can also punish. If you timed your taunt well, you can taunt into your E auto Q and punish her W forward pretty easily. So I think the Galio's okay into her.
Yeah. So I think there's a Nocturne bans trying to take away that kind of wombo combo with Shen and Galio.
I do like banning the Urgot because this is a really safe pick that Macho has played a ridiculous number of I think he spent half of last season on Urgot, so just take that away from him. He looked really comfortable on it last season. Last game, I mean, he did give away several kills in lane to the Jax, like 2 or 3, but then he just stabilized, built tank, and just never died again. Didn't give up any turrets.
The Aatrox is still up, and Diamar hard carried with the Aatrox, and with Urgot.
If they want a team fight, they can definitely do it.
And
I think this is definitely a jungle pickup. They want the counter pick top, which I think 100% makes sense. I don't even know if Macho, like Kyochi, whatever you want to call him, plays Aatrox. I haven't seen him really play it.
Yeah,
I know his champion pool is pretty wide top lane, but I'm not sure.
Kali.
Okay, so oh, you know what? You know what it was? The Vayne was a Vayne mid ban because they picked Galio. It is Caitlyn ADC.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's what I think, because Vayne mid is like the Galio counter right now in LCS. So I think they just know that Jared plays it, so they banned it just in case.
And we did see Colin play pretty well with Vayne mid this earlier in game week 1.
Kled is a champion we have definitely seen successful in PC so far. The guy with the number 1 points, the Prez, I will specify, the Prez that is a top laner has the number 1 overall points in the stats right now for 2 Kled games in a row, where he destroyed 2 Urgots so bad they both had the exact same score, actually, which is pretty hilarious. I think it was like they both went like 3-7-1 or something like that. And there's so
it must have been something else because they dodged.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was an ADC, whatever it was. I'm guessing they went with Ezreal again. That's my guess.
Okay. I don't know. Now this does mean
hopefully Zed can actually pick a champion this time.
Yeah, and this does mean we're going to see in the top lane. We're going to see a repeat of this Vlad Aatrox matchup, and Aatrox pretty manhandled the Vlad in game 1.
I'm surprised they just picked into that so easily. My guess is that they thought, as I said before, the Sejuani with the Vlad doesn't work like at all, right? Like Sejuani comes in, Vlad can't help stack her passive. She's not going to get it stacked. Vlad brings no CC, and Aatrox is going to walk away every time, right? So now that they actually have Xin Zhao, who can actually like pressure ganks a lot harder, I think they're just a lot more comfortable picking the Vlad in that matchup because they can actually gank the Aatrox with the Xin. That's my guess on why they're comfortable doing it again. But we'll have to see if being able to bring in some more jungle interaction is going to help more, or if it really was just as one-sided as it looked the last game. See.
No, definitely. That would be interesting to see.
And I'm still curious to see what their ADC is. Unfortunately, they're going to leave us in suspense because I'm pretty sure Mango's going to pick his own ADC. So
I'm going to go ahead and, based on their team comp, I think you're right. I think it was an Ezreal.
Yeah, they don't have very much peel, so I think going Jin's pretty risky. So it's probably Ezreal.
Yeah, and an Ezreal with a Bork will do a little bit better against like an Aatrox and some of the other people. Though, of course, they didn't know.
Oh, wait, no, it's not Vlad, it's Kled.
Oh, so it's Vlad mid then?
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I completely forgot they picked... When you said it, I was like, oh, I must have been paying attention to Kled. So it must be Vlad mid, Kled top. And this is actually a good matchup for Kled. Kled was picked as a counterpick to Urgot back before his nerfs. And now that he's been nerfed, this is actually like a pretty hard matchup for Urgot. Because if you walk too far forward and he ease in on you, like, you have to use Q 3 times before you can kind of start to get him off of you. And he's just going to full combo you with all 4 of his autos and then E back through you and leave, right? and then you're just like screwed. And it's super hard to actually like just get anything on him. So and then obviously he has like the really potential of just like shoving in and roaming other lanes with his ult and everything. But I've played this matchup a few times. The Urgot is not fun versus Kled.
Yeah, I'll be
or the Aatrox, sorry, not Urgot.
I can't stand the bruiser meta. I'm just like, can we bring back tanks, please? Can we just go back to the Maokai, Malphite, Scion, Cho'Gath, Dr. Mundo, Singed? You know, like, can we go back to that, please? I'm done with the Urgot, Aatrox, Kled, Gnar, Darius, Fioria. Like,
yeah,
I'm done.
I ban Darius, and if I'm duoing, I get my duo to every game because those are the two champions I hate the most.
I have Aatrox banned all the time. I can't stand it. I'm just like, ugh. Like, it's been too long. Like, we've been in this meta now for almost a year. Let's move along here, please.
Mm-hmm. Well, one upside is when you do play against Aatrox, you have lots of experience, right? I know this matchup inside and out. I've played against Aatrox every day for the past like 5 months, bro.
Yeah, and I still get my face beat in.
So this is interesting. Oh no way! Is it a counter pick Kled mid into the Galio? For real?
I guess.
Because the main thing that'd be interesting about that is first off, not only that J-Rodius plays Kled mid, but also that the blue team, Phub read it enough.
No, they switched back.
Okay, I was gonna say. Because I'd be like, that'd be crazy, because it's like, they knew, and that's why they picked the Aatrox, so they knew it was Vlad.
No, they switched back again.
Oh my god. We're gonna have to see.
What do they have? 20 seconds?
I think, to be honest, the Kled mid makes way more sense. Just because I don't really understand why you'd pick Vlad.
20 seconds? Okay, that's it. We're at 20 seconds. So apparently it's Vlad top, Kled mid.
That means that's actually a super smart read from Phub, though. Actually, picking the Aatrox, believing that's Kled mid, Vlad top, because I wouldn't have thought that personally. So that means they must have done some serious scouting against J-Rodius to know that he would be ballsy enough to pick Kled mid, right?
Well, it's possible they just said, you know what?
Maybe he plays it in solo queue. I haven't looked him up, but I would say it is definitely not common. That is a specific counter pick into a couple of mids, and that's about it.
Well, you know, another possibility is they said, okay, you know what, Masho doesn't play Kled and J-Rodius doesn't play Vlad. You know, that's another thing. They could have just said. Oh
no, I know for a fact Macho plays Kled because he played it against us before, so he definitely he's played it against me specifically. It was a different team, but he's played Kled top before last season, so I'm assuming he'll bring it out again.
Klepto Vlad meta. Oh god. That just sounds painful.
I'm looking forward to watching this mid lane matchup, though. I have not seen Kled mid personally. I mean, thinking about it into the Galio, it kind of makes sense, but because he can kind of follow the Galio roams with his own ult, and he can shove him in with the Tiamat pretty easily, and he has good all-in pressure against him. But like, I don't really know the like ins and outs of that matchup. Obviously, I don't really play either.
Yeah, there's things I like and I don't like about both teams. Like, I just kind of like, if I can put the Xin like on Gasp and then just trade the supports. Like, I'm sorry, like, I just don't like the Shen support pick.
Yeah, I think it was smart with the Nocturne, right? I can understand being like, we aren't too confident in our support playing it, but specifically, we believe our jungler can carry in the Nocturne. We want that combo, right? I get that for the most part, right? Especially if you're thinking that I'm not confident our bot lane to win bot, and I want to play around top, for example, right? Let's pick the Shen. But at least from what I saw of the game, he was just kind of running it down in the Shen, and then he was basically like a walking R. Like, every time I saw him taunt, he died, basically.
But then I feel like if you're going to do that, then you've got to pick your Nocturne, because you pretty much are advertising it. That's it. You've got to pick that with your third pick instead of the Galio. But I felt like they went super greedy, yeah.
I mean, the Rengar is kind of a backup Nocturne, but it's definitely way more sketchy doing the same thing on the Rengar than it is doing it on the Nocturne, because the enemy team is full vision of what you're doing. Whereas Nocturne, at least when he's going in, you can kind of find someone somewhere alone, and you can ult in, and they have to like rely on their comps. They can't really see what's happening, right? Like, it's harder to deal with.
Yeah.
But now, like, their whole team's just going to run it at whoever you're jumping on, right? They're going to clump, and then they're going to see you coming
Yeah,
in.
and
Right?
they
So-
can burn you down fast enough before, because they're all
It's
going to
harder.
react to it instantly. Not to mention the fact that you also have the fear, and then you also do a lot more damage with Nocturne than you do
The main thing I'll say is the enemy team comp has almost no CC. They have Braum passive, they have Braum alt, and they have
Xin Zhao
Xin Zhao alt. Yeah, that's basically it, right? I don't think I'm missing anything. So, like, their options for actually dealing with him are fairly limited, right? Because they're all pretty much delayed outside of Xin Zhao just immediately alting and knocking him away. So if he ults someone that Xin isn't there on, their only option is to basically Braum ult, which again has like a bit of an animation time, so he might be able to pop someone. So
yeah.
if
And
the
then
Rengar gets ahead, it could be scary.
And also, you will have the Galio hold on top of that. You know what I mean? So you
Oh,
are
that's
going to have a
true.
lot of capability. And
I wasn't thinking
Aatrox
about
will
that.
be...
It's because
Aatrox
normally
will be running
Rengar
out.
jumps in, oh, I didn't get my one-shot combo. You just fourth passive the W for the cleanse and the MS, and you just run away and hope like the chunk was enough. But now you can jump in just like suicide, like combo into the center of the enemy team, just to like get a perfect Galio ult and then deliver the Shen as well. And with Rengar, if you use W twice, you can eat a shit ton of damage jumping in, right? So if you eat enough damage to live long enough with the Shen ult and everything, that the Galio and the Shen show up, it can be like a really good initiation, I think.
Yeah, and Aatrox will be there too. And then the question is, how do you peel off the Rengar? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to use the Braum stuff, and that's it.
Yeah. It's really up to if the blue team can like burst him quick enough that their combo falls apart. Because obviously if he jumps in, he just dies. The Shen doesn't make it there, and then Galio's sitting in like 5 people. It's like he's probably just gonna die too. Like their combo kind of falls apart. But and then obviously the other side is if Rengar gets really behind, and he can't jump in. Then
Yeah, I think this game comes down to the two junglers. This matchup, and here we go, another pause. I was saying I think it comes down to the two junglers. If Xin Zhao can get ahead and like really kind of quickly kill the Lucian, then they're in good shape. But if the Rengar can get ahead and he can quickly burst down the Ezreal, then that's it's just going to come down to who can kill the enemy ADC faster. Because they're the ones that are going to have the Borks, and they're the ones that are going to kill these tanky bruisers. So we'll see.
definitely very beefy comps on both sides, right? Because Vlad's kind of pseudo off tank, and the fact that he's just really annoying to kill, right? He doesn't have any inherent like tankiness, but he can W, he can alt for more healing, he has his Q for more healing, like even his W itself heals him while he's like hiding around. He usually builds Zanya's, right? It's just like this annoying champ that like eats damage basically. And Xin Zhao usually builds Bruiser and has his alt, which can negate a lot of damage. Kled can demount and remount to eat more damage because Bruiser and Braum. And the other side, it's like tank support, tank mid, off tank top with a revive. The only person that people isn't tank is usually like the Rengar and the ADC pretty much on that one side, and then the other side is basically just Mango's the only person that's not at least a bruiser, right?
Yeah,
and even that, the Mango usually the Ezreal standard build right now is the Iceborne, which is like tanky ADC, right? So I don't know.
Well, I think we saw him go the double with the Klepto last. He went double tier build last game.
Yeah, but he still went Iceborne, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I just think the main thing is, even though they do have the Wombo combo like potential on the red team, the main point I would say is that these fights are probably going to last a really long time. Like, these are going to be like anyone's fight. It's going to look like one team's winning, but then one other team's going to swing back, then another team's going to swing back. Like, they have these potential, especially on the blue team, for a fight to look really bad, but then Vlad heals back from like no HP, and then Kled remounts, and then blah, 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 right? And then the fight suddenly swings back the other way. And it's just going to be really annoying to actually finish a fight and kill everyone on the blue team, I think, because they have so much kite back with Ezreal peel and Braum peel and Xin Zhao ult and Gladioli and everything and remounting and blah, blah, blah. I'm picturing these team fights, like, even if red team gets like a perfect engage, actually getting an ace is going to be so difficult against the blue
I agree.
team,
I feel like we're going to see a lot of like 3 people dead on this team, 2 people dead on this team, and we all disengage.
Yeah.
So
yeah, hopefully they get the pauses out of the way early, I guess. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I don't know at this rate. I mean, I think they're trying to keep us all up till like 2 a.m. in the morning.
At least it's a Saturday, I guess. They're considerate in that aspect.
Yeah, that's why they decided it. They're
Holy
like, we got to
is
make
that
sure.
on pause before they ran out of time? Good job.
Yeah, what is this?
I'm impressed.
Yeah. All right, so we'll get underway here.
And one thing I'm interested about is this is a counter pick against the Galio, and this is also the new live 9.2 nerfed Galio, right?
Yeah, you're
So they nerfed his E damage, they nerfed his Q base damage, they nerfed the percentage damage on his Q, they nerfed the scaling on his Q. Am I missing anything? I think they nerfed one of the base damage or something else too, I'm pretty sure, but so he's definitely much weaker now. So I'm curious to see how much he's going to struggle. From what I've heard, he's still Galio, and he was just so overtuned that it doesn't matter. But it's definitely harder.
I'm kind of surprised with the mid-season patches they didn't try and change up some of the champion pools a little bit more, both in the mid and in the top.
Top lane, same champs for the entire season, basically.
Yeah.
It was cool at the beginning of the season. It was like anything could be played. People are playing mages top lane. They're playing ball. And then basically the ADCs cried that like mages were too good. And then all the mages like disappeared from top lane. It's like, hey, you guys like Urgot, Scion, and Aatrox for the entire season now? Okay, enjoy. Yep. This is your entire champion pool.
For the whole... It'll be like 2 seasons from now. We'll be like, and here we are again with these team champions.
CBT Jungle's saying they hotfix buffed Galio, so that's why he's not as bad as people were expecting, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure how bad he ended up being after the hotfix buff. We'll have to maybe I can look it up quick.
Before the hotfix buff, you mean?
No, yeah, sorry. I mean like what the nerfs are like currently. Let me look.
Oh yeah.
Hotfix buff Galio. See if I can find it. All these posts are from 2018, so
look at this. Look at this pathing here. This Rengar cleared his entire topside jungle before he started.
That's the exact path he did on Kha'Zix's last game. I'm not joking. Yeah. So if anyone's watching this and wants to invade Gasp at some point, maybe check if he does this path every game, because the last 2 games on 2 different champions, he did the exact same full clear to bot side scuttle both games.
Who was it? Was it Overrate that used to do that?
Yes,
like the exact same path every.
It was famous for doing 1 buff to enemy red every game. That was what he was famous for doing.
And maybe, man, what if Gasp is like Overate's younger brother or something?
Yeah, Overrate in training.
Overrate prodigy.
Yeah, Overrate may be gone, but his soul still remains in the jungle.
Oh, I thought he was on a team this year.
Is he on another team? Am I crazy? Which team's Overrate on?
I don't know. Let's check.
Because he's not on Baby Shark anymore.
Yeah, let me check rosters here real quick. Let's take a look here and see.
I will be honest, I don't think I've watched every series so far. I think I've missed like 2 of them, so I could have missed his team.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look.
Oh, a flash coming in. Oh no, but the enemy jungler's here and he's dead. That's unfortunate. A very hopeful play. If he actually hit the E after he flashed, that would have been a sick play, because he probably would have gotten the kill. But since he didn't, he just got ganked. And then Kled remounted, and now he just gave first blood to a counter pick.
Okay, and so I did find out Overrate is on Baby Shark, but he's listed as a coach.
Oh, okay, so he's just not playing.
Yeah, I thought I saw his name on a roster, so... He is actually eligible to play as a coach, but I believe his points would have to be... the team's points would be the issue.
So that's the main reason they're using another jungler.
Yeah.
I see.
Because Hamlet being D3 and Afro being D5.
Did Baby Shark win their first series? I forget. I'm pretty sure they lost.
I think they lost, yeah.
It was close. I was slight sidetrack, but I was very set watching it because Asterisk and Afro actually played the early game so good in all those games, and then somehow just completely like lost their lead mid game every single game.
Yeah, I think they were actually up. They were up like in both the games that they lost, I believe.
Yeah, a lot of trades going Aatrox's way topside. Pretty reminiscent of the first game, pretty much. I guess that's kind of what Red Team is hoping, but another thing that's interesting is Galio's actually up in the mid lane just because Kled has Ignite and he's TP, so even though he was killed, he was able to TP back and Kled had to walk all the way to base, so he's actually ahead in CS now.
But still down on gold, obviously.
Yeah, still down like 300 gold or so. Just because
there's a 500 gold lead right now for them.
Yeah. Gold lead pretty much just being in the kill. The CS is basically even across the map. Although Aatrox should catch up because Vlad's going to have to reset here, and he just walked back to lane. So Aatrox is going to get a little bit ahead, assuming Vlad doesn't use his TP.
I agree here. We'll see. He does get that. I think, is he going to be 6 by the time Vlad gets back to lane? Vlad's walking, so...
I think so, because Kled just hit 6 mid, so and I think he's only 1 wave behind Kled, so he should be, as his next wave crashes, he'll hit 6, I believe. Galio hitting 6. We're gonna have to watch to see if Galio or Kled are able to use their ults to affect the rest of the map. Because that's like the big thing about this mid lane is the 2 semi-global ultimates, right? Especially with once the Shen hits 6.
You could quickly have like a 3-man top, with a Shen and Galio quickly coming into the top lane. It's going to make ganking top very hard.
But as well as the Kled can bring his jungler with him, right? Because it speed busts everyone, so they can respawn with a 3-man of their own pretty easily. So it'll be interesting to see how they play it. But definitely looks like Phub likes to play around their top laner, although he did get pretty much all the advantage on his own last time. He does seem to be the main focal of, like, when they win through him, right? So
yeah,
I'm assuming that's where they're going to be sending the globals at least.
Well, I believe, if I remember correctly, doesn't Phub have the highest ranked top laner?
I'm not sure. What's his rank?
I think he's like D3.
It's probably the highest rank, I think.
Yeah, it actually is. So Phub does have the highest ranked top laner at D3.
I think there's a fair amount of D5 point top laners, but I don't even know if there's... I think there's one D4 as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Dankus Memers have a D4 top laner. And I think that's it.
Kled going in on the Galio. These trades actually aren't looking that bad for the Galio, to be honest with you. Except for the fact that Xin Zhao's just sitting on him. This must be so tilting. This must be so... Is he gonna get the kill, though? And he got executed.
Oh no, that's terrible.
No.
Rengar comes in. The assist will help.
But I'm impressed though. Werpak's actually making this look like it's not even a counter pick. He's actually winning these trades. Just he's getting cleaned up by the jungler basically every time, right?
Yeah.
But Gasp getting a kill is definitely huge, considering they basically have a Rengar comp, right? Their comp's based on him like suiciding and ball engaging onto someone, right? So
yeah,
definitely good to see for their team.
The downside though with Galio dying twice, of course, is that Galio won't be as tanky when he goes in with the Galio ult.
Yeah.
I did check, by the way. Big Black Clocks have a D4 top laner as well.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So definitely a lot better top lane pool than last season. I think
everyone's realized that Aatrox is Murguts.
3 points or something, and then I think there was one D5.
Oh, here we go, big fight, Galio ulting.
Big fight topside, Galio ulting in.
Zed just gets deleted.
Killed. Gasp doing so much damage, he roots him. That's definitely a dead mid laner as well. 3 kills now on the Rengar. And that is exactly what the red team needs to pull ahead.
Yeah, and this will be Scuttle as well.
That was crazy how quickly Zed died there. That was actually nuts.
Yeah. Well,
the Rengar Galio combo does so much damage.
Yeah. Aatrox will be pushing this wave. Vlad has to back off again.
It's funny that we basically expected like it's going to be party up top side, right? Like they're all going to be looking, but they actually just all fought trying to get to top side, and none of them actually impacted the top lane. So both top laners walked away from that play.
Well, I think what happened is the Kled and the Xin Zhao went in on the Rengar thinking they could kill him fast enough, but he flashed over the wall, then the Galio ult came in, and then they just CC chain killed Xin Zhao.
Yeah. And Rengar doing some invading here. I don't think he's going to be able to get anything else. He does smite it, but I think he's just killed himself. I'm not sure where he's going.
He almost kills Xin Zhao anyway.
That's not what you want to be doing with your lead, unfortunately.
No.
Really good
he wanted to get back faster to base.
Because as we saw, that could have actually been dangerous if J-Rodis didn't come, because Zed actually almost died in the 2v1 anyways. So, somewhat understandable, but it was kind of awkward that he just kind of stood there taking damage for so long and before finally decided to just ult back in on Zed. So he might have actually been able to kill him, I feel like, if he's committed right from the beginning. But I guess he wasn't sure if he was screwed or not.
This Aatrox slowly opening up a lead here.
Yeah, about 20 CS advantage now with another wave coming into him, so... Probably, how much gold does he have on him? He has around a 500 gold lead, actually, almost. That's surprising how much he has.
I think part of that came from a... No, never mind. I was going to say it came from plating, but it didn't.
And then in the mid lane, I'm assuming there's a pretty big... Oh my... Yeah, there's about 1,000 gold advantage right now for J-Rodis in the mid lane. Having those 2 kills and also having several plates taken.
And remember that when they got those there was a shutdown on Rengar as well, because he was 3-0.
Yes. So
that was
lots of gold in the mid lane. Although he is down 10 CS still, which is kind of hilarious. But definitely lots of gold in his pockets. So Going to be scary for the Galio to play.
Look at the Lucian. Lucian is worth shutdown gold right now, despite being 0-0-0.
What the hell? He's only up 80 gold on the Ezreal. How the hell does that work?
Because it's how much gold he's up over the enemy team.
Oh,
like,
it's because the Vlad is so far behind, it's giving him a gold advantage. Because the Vlad has the second least gold in the game, least gold excluding supports in the game at 3,100. The next lowest outside of supports is at like 3,700 gold.
Yeah, so
that's basically the reason he has a killing spree or whatever you want to call it. Rengar ulting in basically for the jokes there. I'm not. that was a.
But now they're gonna go back top.
That was a play. Holy shit.
This is gonna be
shark bait to answer your question. This game's okay. Yeah, Vlad is getting the top laner special right now. That's unlucky. So the Rengar literally just ulting on Zed to make him recall, just so they could dive top 3 man.
And now they'll take this turret next.
Big fight coming in bot lane. A nice W coming up from Shen, actually completely stopping the stun. He probably would have died if he gotten hit by that Braum stun. But Ezreal doing so much damage, killing Lucian. This TP in might be a bad idea. We'll see. He does do a lot of damage, though. He has the Proto Belt finished. But Xin Zhao's here. Shen looking like he's going to be dead. Ooh, just barely doesn't get sniped. Ezreal going in. Ezreal with another clean snipe with the WQ. Wow.
And he got the shutdown gold, too. So.
And a TP down from Galio as well.
Yeah, that's a pretty big swing. Neither of these teams, like whoever wins the early game, like whoever pulls ahead seems to lose. Like you know what I mean? Like every team that we thought was going to be ahead ends up losing this game. Game one, Life of Polio was up early on and they lost. Game 2, Team Phub was up and then they lost. Game 3.
And no one's heading mid, so this is probably going to be first turret mid lane, by the way.
Yeah.
They're just sitting top again, trying to play around their win condition, basically. I don't know how the hell Aatrox got that kill, but that was really well played from Rengar. He jumped on him from the bush to hold, so he could hold his ult.
Nerf. Dash all nerf.
Yeah. But then he waited for the pool and then ulted while he was pooling, so he couldn't get away, which was pretty cool. But yes,
they will get a counter.
Did they actually? Oh yeah, the mid turret did go down. Sorry, I didn't see the notification, so I thought maybe Galio somehow saved it. But yes, they do get the counter turret top. Unfortunately, not first turret, but yeah, this Aatrox is ridiculously far ahead.
And now the problem is with this turret dying, what's Vlad going to do when he doesn't have a turret?
He's up 1,700 gold at 13 minutes top lane.
Yeah.
1,700 gold. The only thing that's nice for Vlad is he gave his Ezreal a free shutdown by being worth so little gold that the Lucian had a shutdown. Oh, an engage coming in bot side and on top side. Top side looks like Galio's getting stunned. It looks like the Ezreal's going to die to him. Shen getting pulled in by J Rodius, though. He's going to die. Double kill on the bottom side. Galio dying to turret. But they are going on another turret. In the bot side, they do not have turret pressure currently, so they are getting ahead in the turret race. So even though it is only 3 kills to 2, they are pulling ahead in turrets by the looks of it, just because they got on this one a little bit earlier. But it is Xin Zhao hitting a turret, so they will do a lot of work, but I don't think they're going to get the one on the bottom side. The one thing I will say is it did not look like Galio had to die there. I think he kind of greeted with thinking how many turret shots he could take, because they definitely could have just traded aggro earlier. So a bit of an unfortunate death there, but
I think
still, even though he's behind in the middle lane, I think he's making a great use of his ultimate and playing around the top side and just not allowing Vlad to play the game at all. Vlad basically abandoning the top lane now and just saying, fuck it, I'm going to go bot and help those guys because I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, I understand that feeling because I definitely got destroyed in my match pretty badly. I had like one good game, but the other 2 were pretty bad. So we'll see.
Yeah,
here.
I think every top laner can sympathize with him when you're just getting hard camped and can't do anything, and their best players laning against you and blah blah blah.
Yep. My case, I just got my butt handed to me by a D4 top laner, but you know.
Anyways, it's curious to see where the next move's going to be. It looks like they are going to match the Vlad with the Aatrox, and it looks like they might actually have Gasp up top side against J Rodius. J Rodius does have the Ninja Tabbies and Titanic, so sure. Actually, he's recalling, so I think this is one big mistake Red Team's making a lot, is no one seems to be matching J Rodius a lot of time. He's just getting a lot of random turret damage, it feels like.
Is Vlad getting engaged here again?
He does have to flash. I think if he didn't flash there, the Aatrox would have then flashed on him with third proc and he would have died. So basically a needed flash.
And then they always could have procced his ult if he needed to.
Yeah.
So
kind of
we see a fight in the top lane, mid lane here. No, never mind. They back.
I don't think it's happened. One thing that I'm interested about is I'm pretty sure Shen hasn't ulted this entire game.
Goodbye. Lucian just died.
They are counter-engaging the, oh my god, a wonderful ult combo coming out with Zed and Braum completely denying Rengar. He's dead, Shen's dead, everyone's dying. Aatrox wishes he never showed up here because he's dead next by the looks of it. He's ulting, he might have to suicide. Oh my god,
oh my
combo coming out. They kill almost everyone. Oh my god. Is he going to clean up the other people when he comes back? I don't think so.
The Clad can get him.
He does have flash up, he's out.
Yeah,
oh, but Kled followed with his own flash. He's going to hit the bear rope on the trap. He is going to get the pull back. I wonder if he can get the... Oh, is he going to make it out? Wow, he does get out. Oh my god. Now that was possibly one of the coolest turnarounds with the Galio combo with the Aatrox. That was crazy. But it's kind of disappointing they only got 2 for 1 out of that really cool combo. Because Aatrox's last Q actually got resummoned, or whatever you want to call it, during the middle of the cast, so it got cancelled, where there probably would have been at least 4 kills, I think, for him, if that hadn't happened.
Yeah, Xin Zhao probably would have died, almost certainly. That would have been a nice shutdown goal as well.
The guys are behind you. Oh, I can fast forward if I'm behind. Okay, I think I should be caught up live to Jacob now.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm at 1745. Hopefully, someone on stream tell me that that's the same as what you're seeing on the screen. But, anyways, so red team resetting a bit after that pretty bad fight. Seems to be a pretty reminiscent of the second game where they just randomly take really terrible fights in the mid game after getting a good early advantage.
But they're still they're doing pretty well in gold here. With gold's about even.
It's basically up to whether or not they can continue. Blue team continue to do those incredible shutdowns they did. We're perfectly timing both the Braum out and the Xin Zhao ult to completely cut gasp, right? I mean, that's the main problem with this combo. As you saw, they shot the Shen ult.
Here we go.
And an engage coming in, they're actually engaging this time with Galio first, letting Rengar come in from the back, which allows him to get him backline access. He does still get denied by the Xin Zhao ult, but not before getting down a lot of damage on the backline. And it's currently a 1-for-1 support for jungler. The Kled re-engaging. One person instantly dead. Aatrox looks like he's going to fall. Yes, he does. Kled's still in the backline. Galio's dead. That's going to be an ace.
Yeah, and now this is going to be a Mountain Dragon too. And probably a couple turrets. I think the issue they're having is... I'm sorry, like I don't like these Shen picks. They're just like,
yeah. I mean,
you're so far behind that your shields.
You need to have Aatrox and Rengar or something to be in a side lane, and then have the Shen come in or something to make it an uneven number, right?
Yeah.
But the Shen's super far behind because it's basically useless in laning phase. At least the way he's playing, and I'm not sure I'm gonna comment if it's the player or the champion or not because I don't know the pick. But the other comment is that, so you're getting behind to have this global, and they're not using it. I can't think of a single time he's ulted and it's done anything this entire game.
I agree. I think it's like a really brief shield. And the problem is when you're so far behind, your ult does like virtually nothing. Because it's based on your stats. Like, a Leona ult is a Leona ult is a Leona ult. It doesn't matter that much, like what your stats are. It's still going to be a useful ult. Same with like a Braum ult, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But or like a Nami ult, they're still gonna they're gonna be what you need it to be. A Shen ult, when you're weak, is the shield's like virtually nothing. And like your taunts.
Okay, one thing that a lot of people probably don't know about Shen ult is it actually scales with missing health. So if the person's really low, it's a big shield. If they're high, it's a small shield, right? So if you're actually trying to save someone, it's good. But if you're just ulting on a Rengar who's like engaging or something, who's full HP, it's basically nothing. And speaking of Rengar, he's going in. That's a dead Kled for sure. He's just going to hit an E in a second and slow him down, and that's for sure a dead Kled. Galio picking up that kill. Actually engaged in the mid lane as well. Shen and Lucian going in. Lucian dashing inside of the Xin Zhao ult, actually picking up the kill, but it looks like Ezreal's going to clean up a double for their... Not exactly worth it. Interesting play, Lucian dashing within the Xin Zhao ult to finish him off. I mean, they got him, but he also basically killed himself, so then Ezreal gets 2 more kills.
And in the process, he reset his own gold because he was 0-4, so he's now worth gold again.
Yeah, this Ezreal is becoming a massive problem again. Mango looking extremely proficient on the champion. And he's basically just one-shot people. His EWQ is doing like whatever, basically 1,000 damage, and he's just popping people wherever he can. Aatrox engaging on the Vlad in the bottom lane, forces out the pool early. Rengar is also coming on the flank, as you can see, so if anyone tries to help this Vlad, they're probably going to die, but as we see, no one's coming. Vlad flashes, and he actually lives, but it looks like they're probably going to pressure this bottom side more after
Pings
this.
on Baron. They know Rengar's bottom. They're pinging Baron.
Rengar has no idea. He's heading into his jungle. This could be a completely free Baron as he's grabbing the blue buff for his Galio.
They're not going for it.
Shen's actually watching. Oh, they don't go for it.
Yeah, they could back
Little do they
off.
know, the Rengar isn't even walking the direction, and they have no vision. They could have actually just done it.
Yeah.
Did the Shen even place a ward on it? Let me look.
Nope.
He didn't even place a ward, so they could still be doing it right now. They would have no idea, but... Oh my god, this poor Vlad. Now that they know he has no flash, Rengar's waiting for him. Again, does the same combo. He waits and ults. He uses stopwatch to no avail. He's still dead.
They're just going to trade top turret and bot turret.
Yeah,
they're gonna
unfortunately it's a top outer for an inner on the top side, so...
No, they got both turrets on the top.
Oh, they got both turrets.
This is 2 for 1. This is 2 for 1.
This is the push power of having a Kled and a Xin Zhao on your team, is those turrets die extremely fast. Luckily, they do have their bottom lane pushing in here, but their bottom lane's in a huge amount of trouble because the extremely fat Ezreal is here. He's going to kill at least one. Lucian flashing out. He's going to get caught by the Kled. He's walking right into him. The Ezreal snipes him with the WQ for almost his entire health bar. He's dead.
Now the ping's going to Baron.
Their bottom lane can't pressure anything. The second they show on the map, they just die instantly.
You're one item.
They have an extremely strong top side of the map, but Gasp caught out. He has to flash. Galio looking for an engage. They have the Aatrox ult. He's choosing not to use it yet. Just the triple Q. Gasp dying. Galio dying. Maybe it's a spectator glitch. I'm not sure why Aatrox didn't ult. I guess he just didn't think the fight was going to work out, so he decided not to. Their jungler, unfortunately, did die, so it's now a risky Baron, especially with a demounted Kled and a low Braum, so they're choosing just to push in mid instead.
Yeah, because Aatrox...
So, overall, a pretty good play coming out from Galio and Aatrox there to force them to not get the Baron, but they're probably...
Kled's going to die.
Kled getting caught up by the Aatrox, 100% he's dead.
Oh, he mistimed it. He timed it.
He timed it wrong. Oh, I should not have said 100%.
Yeah, I was about to say, definitely not 100%.
Yeah.
Now we're turning. We got these.
Oh, a Shen ult coming in. He's turning onto the Ezreal. This is what he saved his ult for. Braum looks like he's going to die at least. Can he get the last auto attack? He does. He's resetting. The Shen is in here now with the Lucian, but the Lucian does not do very much damage.
In fact, he's going to die.
Aatrox stop watching to dodge the combo, but now his ADC's dying. He's dying. Oh, he gets out, and the Galio lands in, grabbing 1 kill, not quite getting the Ezreal. He's focusing now on the Xin Zhao. I don't know if he actually wants this fight against the Xin Zhao.
But Rengar's back. Now Shen's back.
Shen's coming back in. Shen jumping into the fight, actually somehow surviving with his W. The taunt coming in. That's a GA popped. Xin Zhao's dead. Gasp is dead. Ezreal's at 1 hit. They're going to try and catch up. He is... Okay, Aatrox needs to work on his timings on everything.
Yeah.
That's another mistiming coming out. Oh my god.
What are these fights? Ezreal is 12-2-8 at 24 minutes. That's he's a 4-item Ezreal already.
Yeah.
And Lucian just finished his 2nd item. Just a bit of a mismatch. Just a bit of a mismatch.
That's unfortunate. I don't know, this Galio, even though he's 5 and 6, every time I see him in fights, he looks so strong. Like, I know this is nerfed Galio, but like, Jesus, he does so much damage. And same with the Aatrox, their main character. I mean, they've been camping him the whole game, so I hope he's strong, right? But he's putting in the work.
I just want to show something very... Remember that they're actually 2 levels above this Vlad and 1 level above Knight of the Zed. But this Lucian is 3 levels down on Kled and Ezreal.
That's crazy. The Ezreal actually being the same level as all the solo laners just because he has so many kills is actually absurd. Again, that's the risk of taking this Shen pick. I mean, it did look really good in the last fight, I will say. They're finally utilizing the Shen right. They baited a fight. They used the Galio ult and the Shen ult at 2 different times to get people to go further in on the Aatrox and save his life, and they got a bunch of kills for it. So I'm going to see, they're going to see if they can do this, but I really like that combo. I mean, the Rengar combo is kind of cool, but he just dies, right? The Aatrox can actually do the same thing that the Rengar can do with his ult, but actually does not die.
Yeah, I feel like what they need to have happen is they need Lucian to kill Ezreal to get that 1,000 shutdown gold onto the Lucian and reset, get him back in this fight. That's what really needs to happen. If they can get Lucian back in this fight, then they'll actually have another damage source, which is what they need. So Aatrox looks like he's going to split push bot here a little bit, and we're just going to have a Vision War around Baron. So we should be paused for, I mean, should be kind of balanced out. But with these two Mountain Dragons, they can take this Baron so fast with this powerful Ezreal.
Oh, he missed the Q. I feel like I wanted to see how much percentage of Lucian's health it did, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting him to get chunked
And
there.
both of his mana items are completely upgraded in the Ezreal, which is insane at 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Aatrox getting caught out here.
Oh, no, the second tier item has not. The Archangel Staff has not.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is a fiesta kind of engage.
Yeah.
Everyone just missing every ability, seeing who can engage worse. A big play actually coming in from Gasp, almost killing the Ezreal. We'll see if they can clean him up. He's so low in the backline. Aatrox is reviving. He doesn't have his ultimate anymore. He picks up the Braum. He's going in on the Vlad. Ezreal just barely getting away again. See if they can pick him up. Oh my god, the Lucian doesn't quite manage to get him. Oh my god, that was close. But the Ezreal just barely living at the end of anything, but an insanely good fight nonetheless for the red team. 2 for 4, exactly what they needed. Even though they missed basically all their engage, the blue team also did an amazing job of everyone but Ezreal missing pretty much everything. So, and there's just so much AoE on the red team comp. Like, it's actually disgusting. Gas basically forced Ezreal out of the fight right at the beginning. He spent the entire fight running away, basically, so he wasn't PPSing. And then the AoE from the Shen and the Galio and the Aatrox is doing ridiculous damage to the rest of the team.
It looks like Ezreal's going to go more of an AP route.
Oh,
it looks like he's going to get an Hourglass last night.
That's an unlucky flash. Does he get away anyways? Okay,
Yeah.
never happened. Never happened. Perfect flash. Not what flash.
I think his W thing saved him. But we're seeing here, I mean, this... God, you look at it, just look how just many kills this top laner and the ADC have. It's pretty crazy.
The game is basically DMR versus Mango at this point.
Yeah,
Kled has a lot of kills, but in the team fights, he just dies so quickly, it doesn't really feel like he's fed, right?
Yeah, I agree. Because they can just burn him down and force him to demount very rapidly. Now his GA should be up shortly as well. That'll help out a little bit, make him a little bit tankier. And we have seen a death cap finish for Galio, so he's going to be doing a lot more damage. So next up,
Aatrox engaging on Vlad once again. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like the Vlad pools when Aatrox isn't using an ability 99% of the time.
Yeah, I think so. He just kind of, it's like a panic pool, you know what I mean? You've heard of a panic room. This is a panic pool.
I think he's trying to like use it to dodge the first Q, but he always does it late, so he takes the Q and then pulls like every time. It looks kind of funny, but he does end up getting away regardless.
Oh, here we go. There's the Kledo.
They're engaging. Lucian caught out here. He goes over the wall onto him. What a horrible interaction for Lucian. Can Shen get the W field down in time? No, he cannot. Aatrox teleporting in. He's now burning down the Kled. The Kled is most certainly dead here. And Xin Zhao's dead as well, getting burned down by the Aatrox. Kled reviving in the background, though. Ezreal almost dying to Diamor. Diamor flashing and doesn't quite get him. He does still have GA, so he's able to play up a bit more. Gas dying. The Kled has revived and remounted. He's killing everyone in the backline that Diamor did not finish off. Oh my god.
Yeah, this just again, we're just seeing that just
this is an unfortunate game for Diamor. He's literally like 1v4ing the enemy team, almost killing everyone, kills Xin Zhao, almost gets their whole backline, and then he's like, alright, Kled's just reviving demounted, you guys can take care of him, right? And Kled just kills his whole team in the background while he's not there. It just seems like, oh my god, a huge Galio combo. He misses the Q on Ezreal though, only hitting the Galio, so he doesn't actually, oh, he tries to do a cool backwards Q onto the Vlad there, but dies unfortunately. He does actually save his inhib though.
Yeah, which I guess is kind of worth, but we did see a bunch of shutdown gold went over. Aatrox is so far ahead that even despite dying, he's still worth 500 gold shutdown.
Well, I'm sure Ezreal is probably worth 2,000 at this point if he dies.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's still worth it. Thousands the max, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Now
one thing to watch for as well is even though this Vlad is down so far on the Aatrox, he just got a 1,000 gold shutdown from that last fight. He's now 4 and 5, and he has 3 completed items, including a death cap. No one in the enemy team has any MR because everyone else in the team is AD, and he was so far behind they're ignoring him. And he just went full AP Protobelt death cap. So this
Yeah.
Vlad is actually going to destroy the backline if he gets in the later fight.
I agree, and the good thing is they also got Aatrox's GA in that fight, so that'll make him a lot easier to kill. It looks
So
like
what's a trade for the GA on Kled, so kind of worth, I guess, but not really.
Yeah, because Kled's not as useful or as important as Aatrox is right now for the team. I mean, we're still.
I think they basically need a miracle combo from either Gasp or from Warpack to kill Mango, and then they can win a fight. As long as Mango's gone, who's the only person Diamor can't really consistently kill,
then
I think they're good. But
here's the issue. Ezreal is full build. Lucian's on 2 items.
Unfortunate. Okay, let me quickly... Oh, and here comes an engage, actually. Looks like they're going to hit the Shen.
Yeah, the Galio didn't do
Aatrox
anything.
is so low. I feel like this is... Oh my god, but Aatrox is healing so much. I was going to say he was probably going to instantly pop and the fight would be over, but he heals so much he actually doesn't die right away. The Shen not hitting anyone. Aatrox losing his GA. Vlad killing the entire backline. This is what I was talking about. The full AP Vlad finally coming online. Kills the entire backline, but Lucian zones everyone out, and this is probably game right here. I don't see any way. Aatrox has no ult.
Lucian's dead.
Lucian's dead. This is game.
Yeah,
looks like it's going to be series. Yep. Aatrox is finally dead. Unfortunate.
Well, I mean, they tried. I think you just got to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit.
I think their comp, this game looked way better than the second game. But unfortunately, they just fell so far behind in the bottom lane that they couldn't really do anything, right? Like, I think the mid lane held up okay, considering that he got all those early ganks against him on the Galio, and the Kled was a counter pick to his Galio, right? So I think he played okay. I think the top Aatrox played super good in those team fights, and obviously was played around by Gas too much on how he's like crushing the top lane matchup, because obviously I don't even think he got a solo kill. I think he just they just ganked the Vlad over and over again, right? But the Rengar that they kind of did as the backup Nocturne, it camped top and did nothing, I feel like, right? Like, he would just jump in and die every fight, and they literally just gave up on Galio ulting or Shen ulting him because he just dies so quickly. And
I agree.
I didn't really like it, but excluding the Rengar, I think there's a really good idea with the rest of the comp, having like the Shen and the Galio and everything playing around their big, beefy top laner, but the Lucian was just such a non-factor. He did like the second least damage in like the game, or sorry, third least damage, the only doing more than the 2 supports, so pretty much like a non-factor in that game, right? So I think that was the main thing that kind of held back their team. Not really a team comp issue, I guess, there, but oh well. Still, good, well played early game rotations on top side. Respectable first game. Second game, a respectable early game. On the second game, they're looking good, but I think a pretty poor draft. I think as long as they start playing some more consistent jungle pools, I guess I would say. I think these assassins aren't really working for them in this meta. They might be able to pull off, but definitely big play from Mango. Watch out for his Ezreal. Maybe consider banning his Ezreal, to be honest. It looked like they were picking away to Lucian from every game, so he's probably pretty proficient on that as well.
What I wonder about doing is, like, I think if you know your weakness is in your bot side, maybe playing something like a super safe, like maybe like a Janna or a Lulu or something, just to provide like just a little extra disengage. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just something super safe versus something that you're when you're running like a Pike and a Shen or something where it's like you want to fight. Like if you know that's your weak lane, like I feel like you need to realize that and say, okay, we're just going to play safe and like not die. Because I mean, if Ezreal doesn't get all those kills, I think that's a completely different game, because then Aatrox can just run rampant and then there's nobody to kill him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think overall, I'd definitely give my like MVP for like the last 2 games to Mango. I think he played super good. I think definitely J-Artis in the mid lane, not to be understated, played super good as well. But I think Mango did more with less, if that makes sense, right? I think most of bot lane's plays were them playing well, and I think a lot of Jared's plays were him playing well with his team. So definitely a big team player, but I think Mango just made a lot of advantage for themselves, just mechanically like hitting every ability and just outplaying people.
He's not going to let me. I was going to drag him in, but he's muted himself, so I can't do it.
Oh, he said, if you want an interview, bring in my boy Jericho said.
We love it.
All right, so we'll just drag him. And here we go. Hello there, good sir. And then he muted himself too.
Hey, what's up? Bring in Mango.
Okay.
What we were just gonna, but he muted himself and then
Oh,
said
okay.
bring it.
No.
I'll bring you both in. That's what we'll do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Well, welcome, guys. Obviously, must have been a little bit concerning after game one, but a good bounce back, winning games 2 and 3. Were you guys concerned a little bit when that Aatrox started to get a little bit out of control in the top lane? Or
Yeah, getting flashbacks.
He was using default skins, so we already knew he won.
Yeah.
yeah, I was a little bit upset that there was a bunch of you guys were without skins. I was a little bit disappointed.
Hey, man.
Yeah, are you guys? I'll ask you your question. What did you think of the Shen Mango, the Shen support?
I don't know. They picked an aggressive bot lane, but the only time they played aggressives was to make me not buy tier. So it's like, why play an aggressive bot lane if you're just gonna be ZZ in lane all game? You know?
Yeah, as I was saying, I don't know if you guys heard me. I was just kind of I was thinking, if you know that's your weaker lane, I feel like a Nami or a Janna or a Lulu or something, just play something that's going to be a little bit more useful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like Drowsy looked really bad in some of the games. Some of the early games, they were up a bit of CS, they were playing okay, but it's they definitely don't really play around their bot lane, right? They had those few times where Nivea walked bot and died. That was pretty cool.
They had pretty good rotations anytime we try to fight bot though.
I think for the most part, Gasp just sits top, right?
Yeah.
Just unrelentingly camping.
He's really sad. He's missing the old Mango top. I know it's hard to get that again, but you get anything you want, you know?
Yeah, but I'm just if you know your plan is abandoned bot lane, I completely get the Shen, right? Because it's okay, we're just gonna ult out, but I felt he never left bot, you know what I mean? They just kind of stayed down there, and the Shen didn't go and participate, and then they have a Lucian who can't really 2v1 safely, and it's just awkward, I guess. So it felt there was a plan there in the draft, but it just felt team-wide execution-wise on setting up plays and knowing where to be and everything, it just felt you guys were ahead on the map in general, right? Even when they got picks, it just seemed someone on sorry, I'm forgetting your guys' name.
Polio.
Polio, yes. Someone on Polio is free hitting a tower or whatever, right? Or you already have it shoved, or you're doing something on the other side of the map or whatever, right? And it seemed it was rare they had a really good trade that they just got something for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, first game we were kind of sleeping on macro, but then we realized something. We're just better players overall, so we just had to win that way.
Ouch, that's nice. Wow.
Come on, you gotta give them a chance, bro.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, well,
how much experience do you have in that Kled mid, by the way? Because
That's my first time playing Kled in a year.
The main thing I was wondering is I saw it, and I know Kyoshi plays Kled, right? So I'm oh,
yeah.
I don't know why they picked Vlad into Galio, right? And I'm and I also don't know why they picked Aatrox into Kled, because that's a terrible matchup for Aatrox, right? And then you guys put Vlad top again. I'm wait. They're both big brain. Big brain Kled counter mid, but also they somehow knew Jared would play the Kled mid and then picked the Aatrox into the Vlad. I'm how did they both know that? And I'm that's what I thought was crazy. It's double big brain draft.
Okay, what's bigger brainer than buying Iron Elixir on Ezreal?
Jesus. I just found it funny that you guys at one stage, I don't know if you guys heard, you guys were in game. I was the Ezreal is full build. Lucian has 2 items. Ooh. I was that's pretty rough.
Yeah, it was basically the last fight. I felt so bad, or not the last fight, second last one for Diamor, because it was basically he forced Kled to be revived by GA, and he left his team 4v1 against Kled. And he's I'm gonna go 4v1 their whole backline. You guys kill this one dude, okay? And he goes, and he's fighting the shit out of everyone 4v. Everyone's almost dying. He's okay, guys, come back me up. He looks back. Kled has just killed every single person in his team. Galio's sprinting in the opposite direction, and he's just well, I guess I can't leave you guys to do fucking anything. I guess.
Bro, that's how Mafia works.
I just ulted over the wall into Lucian. I was I'll come.
We'll just give you guys the Aatrox, and you guys will be golden.
Yeah, put me on Aatrox bot lane, please.
The Aatrox, just 5 Aatroxes, 5 Aatroxes, you know.
Yeah,
as a top laner, me and Chalupa definitely, or as top laners, I guess, me and Chalupa definitely appreciated not seeing Urgot and Shen, or not Shen, Sion every single game.
Come on, we gotta put him on it, dude. We gotta put him on Chad picks now. Kyoshi's the new Chad of top lane. He's taking my fucking mantle.
He did play Urgot 1 game, which is a little bit okay, buddy, but hey, you guys won the game, so It was his pick from last season, but I'm like kind of like every time I turn on the stream and I just see like okay, Urgot Sion, whatever. I'll turn it off. I'll come back in 20 minutes. I'm like, is it the same game or no? Because it's still Urgot Sion. And I'm like, oh, the guy is playing the champs swapped. Okay, cool.
Come on, go. You gotta give Kyoshi some credit for what he did in the last fight. He literally sucked up the enemy team like a fish.
No, I said that right before the fight. I was like, no one has any MR because Kyoshi's just been like giga hard camped the whole game, and I'm like, and he just hit like 3 items full AP with death cap. He's just gonna murder everyone. Then the next fight, he just goes in, everyone ignores him. He hits like a fat alt E and just killed everyone. And I was like, wow, crazy. Full AP Vlad just killed everyone that has no MR. It's like, I don't know. They very rough series for them. I think it was competitive, at least. It looked good. Like, especially game 1 looked good for them. This looked like it could be a repeat of game 1. The Jacks looked really good game 2, but their team play just didn't really pull it together the same as you guys. So good, better macro wins, I guess. And it seemed like your team comps also were a little more cohesive, I thought.
Yeah. Can you do shout outs before the game ends?
Maybe I did. Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Okay. I want to shout out my boy Krama, Nahor, Kyoshi, fucking everybody on Vortex except Rick Salas because he washed up. The enemy team because I love Drowsy, I love Gas, I love Wordpack. I don't know who their support is and their tops are random. Fucking get better. I'm gonna stop.
I'd like to shout out. She made me go get cake in the middle of the series. It was pretty good. It was like strawberry bar cake, and then I had some Neapolitan. Yay.
All right, probably could have gone to the store and bought some during one of Zed's pauses, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Escapist for falling asleep after the Lysandra gameplay.
It turned out that he didn't fall asleep. He just wanted to go get dinner and then forgot he was streaming.
It's even better.
All right, I think that's all from us. So Escapist, if you want to turn it off, go ahead.
I farted and pooped in my pants.
Yeah, good night, Prophecy Cup. Woo.
See you guys.
It's fucking late.
Yeah. Holy shit.